getting dicey.
Motherfuck. It was so close. I was so close that time. Shit.
What did you think afterwards? I'm not supposed to say the getting part.
Yeah. Because I'm not meant to say the getting part. I was just like, yeah. Damn
It's
it.
like get, and then like a couple of seconds of silence.
Getting
dicey.
Shit. There was a prediction on whether I was going to get it do that well or not as well. And it looks like it's almost literally what they had as the prediction for if I was going to fail. Okay, let's get some sound. Actually, before we do that, let's just have a quick hello to everyone who's joined us today. Thank you so much for coming along. Hello to Random Origins, Furry Blue Elves in there. Fade of Eisen is joining us tonight, which is awesome as well. Carl Zone, Larp Kiwi, Waffles, thank you for joining in. And the Beard Gamer Laku said hello as well, so hi. Did I say Carl Zone? I think I said Carl Zone. Thanks for coming along. Thank you everybody for coming along tonight. We're going to get into this because there's some interesting stuff hopefully happening tonight.
Hopefully.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Probably not though.
I always hope.
yeah, there's some interesting stuff hopefully happening.
Yeah. As in regards to Adam, actually, we'll get this set up first as well, just to make sure that it is all sorted. I will give all of you access to Morley's token and journal entry, so that if you want to take a look over what he can do when it's his turn, and we can all come to a decision about. Oh, I gave you all Captain Frog, Marley. All right, let's. Okay, we've come a long way.
Frog Morley.
Frog Marley.
Oh, Marley.
Marley.
There we are.
Let's do the correct one this time.
One bog.
All right, there we go. So it's all there for all of us if we need it. If we want to decide what it is he's going to be doing.
What's his run speed? I'm gonna look at it.
Chaff Hunter 86, thanks for coming along as well. Let's get into this. So time has stopped, and that familiar ethereal haze opens up, and a familiar face pops out and says, "Oh, looks like things are getting pretty tough in this section of Barovia today. Oh well, you know the deal." And he spins the wheel, and the wheel spins and spins and spins and comes to a stop on a section of the wheel that just says, actually, ... I'm going to need a D4. Actually, I'll roll a D4. I'm going to roll a D4. The Baron will be 1, Mirakin will be 2, Bill will be 3, and Morley will be 4. And it has rolled on number 4, which is Morley. Needle points towards Morley and says, "Should you miss, you can choose for that to be a crit instead. Now that's the kind of thing that Needle likes to give." And there's a bit of a break on his face, that normal sort of Cheshire grin that he has. It sort of wavers for a bit. There's like a twitch as he kind of breaks that smile and tries to force it back on. And at that same time, instead of time being completely frozen, that bolt from Ismark's crossbow just slowly starts to move. Like, almost like that, what was keeping the time frozen is breaking a little early. And Needle has this, it looks like he's really fake. It's like he's acting. He can't smile properly, but he looks like he's trying to put it on. And he steps back into this ethereal portal, and just with all seriousness, the smile drops from his face. A single tear rolls down the corner of his eyes, and he says, I don't want to go back." And the thing just goes and just shuts all around him. And time kicks back in, and that bolt goes soaring across, slams into the revenant, and it was a crit success. I just got to remember where that roll was. I think I did it over here. Doing 19 damage against one of the revenants in the door.
Oh,
How much?
19, because it was a crit.
Wow, that's pretty good.
And
Did he use the thing?
Did he? It was just a.
Did he use it?
No.
Use Needle's thing?
No. This was a crit that was pre-rolled from last week. It ended with him rolling a crit and Needle.
And that was
showing up.
Ismark.
That was Ismark, yeah.
So Morley's the one who's got that in his pocket.
Yeah,
now.
Morley's got that in his pocket. Speaking of which, it is Morley's turn. Oh wait, they can't see John for some reason. There we go.
Morley would have to miss before being able to do that.
He never misses, so pointless.
Nobody better to have that.
He'll enjoy that. We won't spend that for him.
Yeah.
We'll wait for him to come back.
I think so.
Unless.
Well, it depends. There might be a good time to use it. So it is Morley's turn.
Imagine Adam coming back and be like, "Oh man, Morley was so awesome when you were gone. Like he rolled perfectly. Oh man, he was such an awesome guy when you were gone."
He was doing flips.
What do we think Morley would get up to at this point? He had retreated. He has taken a little bit of damage. So let's take a look. He's sitting at, I believe, 28 hit points. Just so we are all aware. He does have inspiration, but he's also got the ability now to turn a miss into a crit. I know that he has tried to do some moves. What do we think?
I think we need to decide as a team whether we want to run away or not.
Yes, I think we need to figure that out.
So we were sort of saying in the week that maybe we should run away.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like Adam had a good point, and I don't want to just like get us into a battle that kills us for no reason.
Just as a refresh as well, one of the things that was mentioned last week that both Adam and Morley ended up agreeing on was that we'll fight until a certain number of skeletons gives out, and then we get the hell out of there. Now that was kind of agreed upon towards the end of the last session. I'm happy for that to change.
What do you think, John?
There's nothing left here for us, eh?
We don't know.
As far as we know, we're not like, there's some major part of the prophecy left over.
Well, no, there is.
Well, there was a fire. The dragon in the fireplace sort of informed everybody of a means to possibly bring light back to these knights that can only see darkness now. American was given a vision of the silver dragon's skull, so Argynvost's skull, and then she saw an image of the tower at this mansion with light pouring from all of the windows.
Okay, at this mansion, not at. Sorry, I got confused about that in the recap. I thought it was at like Ravenloft.
No, that's
okay. In that case, sorry.
It's this
in
tower.
that case, I think it is worthwhile pressing forward. If there's something here for us.
Didn't we think though that after all that his skull's at Ravenloft and we have to go there and get it and bring it back here? Was that the consensus?
It's possible. I mean, I didn't pick that up at first. I thought let's just go in there and see. Maybe it's the skull is telling us to go in there.
Yeah, and I was kind of like thinking maybe that we would learn more or like be able to talk to that guy.
Yeah.
So there are reasons for and against.
Well, let's go with if everyone wants to, let's go with the idea of putting up a fight. Our plan was, and I stupidly sort of stuffed it up right at the end by making the guy run away, but we're focusing all fire on the magic guy, and we're not doing magic, area of effect type spells or something. He seems to dispel them.
Although he has to struggle to dispel high-level ones.
Yes.
Which he narrowly managed to dispel one of your 4th level ones.
Yeah.
So that's a gamble we could take, but it could easily just be a wasted spell slot if he does that again.
And for you, John, just if you're looking at the map, the Revenant there's 2 at the door and one that is sort of pushed back to the back corner. He had to take a reaction to get away as far as he could. But that's only just for that one moment.
And he's quite damaged.
Yes, yeah. He's probably the only one that looks to be damaged. The one that's in the building, the one that was cancelling magic. Yeah.
And the ones at the front, they're still looking pretty healthy.
They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, because they heal up. But I think once we get rid of the magic guy, then we can lay out some actual magic spells without worrying about them getting absorbed.
It sounds like you guys are keen to keep fighting for a little bit.
We'll give it a go, and if things start getting dicey, it'll be time to run away.
It's 2 of our catchphrases right there in a single sentence. That's great.
Definitely combined them.
Yeah. All right. Well, what do we think Morley's going to do? I think the last time he shot a bolt out towards one of the revenants in the doorway.
Yeah. Is he able to reach the guy, shoot through the window or anything like that?
No, the window's too high. It's, he's down. He's not on the stairs at the moment, so the window's probably a good 6 foot up off the ground.
We're talking about Morley here. He's quite tall and can flip like a motherfucker. If he did a spinning flip shoot through the window,
all right, he would have to run up, sort of jump up onto the steps, leap up, and fire through the window.
That sounds pretty hard.
Well, this is the sort of thing he would do.
I think he does it. Yeah.
That's real swashbuckling, and he was just complaining about not swashbuckling enough.
That he was.
And let's say he missed. What would happen?
Well, nothing. He would just land. He would just land without.
He would get a crit.
Oh.
What if?
Oh shit! That's not a bad idea.
What if one of the skeletons gets down on all fours and he jumps on its back?
Demeaning, but I'll allow it.
It's only demeaning if you look at it that way. Otherwise, it's just camaraderie.
Teamwork, yeah.
I would allow it as long as that skeleton does not take a move next turn.
Yeah, it would have to use the help action, right?
Yeah, but effectively it'd be doing nothing more or less than just... he's still going to have to do an acrobatics check. He's also going to have to do a roll to hit. And then there will be AC added onto the Revenant because he's going to be a very hard target through that small window.
Mm-hmm.
But
what do you think? Do we want to burn
Needle can just turn it into a crit just like that?
I think it could be pretty sweet. I like your idea. Let's do it.
Okay.
Well, do we even need to?
And he'll need to do something really fucking cool, like his magic spell as well, right?
All right.
Can someone do a mean Morley impression? Like, what would he say?
Yeah.
He'd say something about being on a ship or something, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, he'd ask Irina to watch or something. Like, check us out, Irina.
Oh yeah.
All right. Well, so we'll start
off to murder everyone. Or would he do Scorching Ray? Is that a 2-hit move?
What's Scorching Ray?
It's a spell that he's got there.
Oh, but what if the guy cancels it?
Does he cancel that sort of thing? Because we've been hitting him with other cantrips and stuff.
But Scorching Ray's a level 3 spell, is it?
2.
It's a level 2 spell.
You can upcast it. Oh, no.
Okay. Maybe we should just do the normal thing.
All right, so we'll start. Give me an acrobatics roll with advantage since he's getting boosted from one of your skeletons with the help action.
Okay, who's going to do the rolling?
Somebody that's good at rolling.
Give us a roll, I reckon.
Okay, so athletics with advantage.
With advantage. 15. That's
12 plus 3.
All right, give me now a roll to hit. And I'm assuming we're using his crossbow, or are you going to use firebolt? What are we using?
Is firebolt a cantrip?
Yeah.
He hasn't cancelled those, right?
You haven't seen him cancel a cantrip.
He probably will, though, right?
Because he's a dick.
Attack me, Adam! Shall we just do crossbow?
How much damage does his crossbow do?
1d6 plus 2.
Boo. But it's going to be a crit because he's going to miss.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay, well, let's go all in
fun.
then. Scorching Ray, what does that do? I keep bugging
I'm just
out
scared
for me.
he'll absorb it. He's got to absorb
I think-
it.
I think-
Okay.
Yeah, you'll have to see.
Okay.
You'll have to see.
Firebolt then.
5-volt?
Wait, is that a magic spell?
Okay,
Or is
let's
that-
let's do a
vote-
cantrip.
Yeah, let's put
I
it to a
vote.
vote.
I vote firebolt.
Okay.
Finger gun.
Okay.
Finger
Okay.
gun, yeah. Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Let's
Morley.
do
So give us
He's
a
already
roll.
done an amazing flip off a skeleton.
Oops, I rolled with advantage by mistake. But my
the
first roll
first
was a 23, so that's 18 plus 5.
So Morley hears the call to focus fire on the revenant in the room and sees no means to sort of get a shot in. He notices the window and thinks, maybe there's my chance. He calls for assistance, runs. Which is the skeleton in front of Morley at the moment? Is that?
Oh.
Give
I
us
think that's Lady Vesta.
Lady Vesta drops down and clasps her bony fingers together. Morley's foot lands directly in the palms of her bony hands, and she launches him up. He sees through the window as everything sort of slows down for him as he sees crystal clarity, and just aims with one of his finger guns, and a burst of fire just shoots out, shatters the window, and lands directly into the revenant, doing 6 damage. Now,
Yeah.
are we wanting to turn that into a crit, or are we happy
We
with?
can't because he hit.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you can only turn
Yeah,
a miss into a hit.
miss to get a crit.
That is a hit.
So we didn't absorb
The
it.
firebolt is not absorbed. It just splashes these flames across and burns up a little bit of the armor.
I think Morley would say something like, "Did you see that, Irina? That's how we do it on the high seas."
Yeah.
Irina's just fanning herself.
It's worked.
Yeah, all right.
He's fallen for him.
Over to American.
Okay. Well, all of my stuff's been going quite bad. So I'm not really sure what to do. And I can't really see that guy to try and hit him with anything.
No.
So guys, what should I do? I mean, I could shove my way up to the door. I'm not going to steal Morley's thunder by copying his move.
Stand on Morley.
Yeah, it was from a human ladder.
No, well, yeah, if you can't see him, but maybe you can push one of the skeletons in the second row away. I don't know.
Yeah, how does moving through people go?
It's just basically difficult terrain. So if you're squeezing past people.
Oh, so I can't really reach that guy in the back, eh?
Well, not without getting right up to the front door.
I don't know what to do, guys. He's
Can you
sucking
help
up all my
someone?
spells.
I'll make a gap for you next time.
If I try and gust one of those guys away from the door, are they medium or smaller?
What can Gust
It'd be
move?
medium.
They're medium.
I can push a medium or smaller creature up to 5 feet away from me.
Yeah, that would work.
And my other question is, will that provoke opportunity attacks from the skeletons in front if it works?
No, it won't.
Oh, why is that?
Because you're not moving. It's not the skeletons moving away from them. It's them moving away from a skeleton.
No, I mean, will the skeletons be able to attack
Oh, sorry.
the
I thought you meant the other way around. I need to check in on that one, actually. I can just...
I don't know if that's a good move or not. What do you think, guys? They have to succeed on a strength saving throw. So there's no guarantee it'll even do anything.
Well, I mean, you can give it a go. Either that or try and help someone else, assist them.
I mean, I could just use the help move.
So if you do not provoke an opportunity attack when you teleport, or when someone or something moves you without you using your movement action or reaction.
Bummer.
So no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't.
I swear we've exploited that with Thornwhip before and it counted. So that was wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
It does sort of work not as an opportunity attack, but as when they're getting pushed into something like Moonbeam or something. Or a hole.
But specifically opportunity attack, no.
Okay.
Plus those guys are dodging. Oh, I suppose they could. It doesn't use their reaction.
Okay.
Shoot
Can
someone.
can I like see what Morley does and go like, I'll help you, Morley, and then I'm gonna use mold earth to make a little dirt staircase for people to jump up on and take pot shots at that guy through the window.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's pretty good.
I'm going to heave the earth to my will.
Can I just check now? I'm just trying to remember what the rules are for sneak attack, right? Because
don't your allies have to be near it?
well, there's other things as well. If you have advantage on the attack roll, which you didn't have. Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. I was just double checking that we hadn't screwed Morley out of some damage points there. So you're just creating this small cube of dirt, bringing it up out of the ground in front of Morley, in front of the window?
Yeah.
Cool. I think that's good. It gives him
Make you a little stepping stone.
Yeah. Great.
Oh, yes.
What it does is it manages to put it like a decent, because it's a little to the side as well, so it makes this really nice shelf kind of to the side of the window that he'd be able to stand on and sort of duck in and out of as need be. So it puts him in like 3/4 cover, even if someone was going to try.
Made Morley a shelf. Proud of that.
Cool. Anything else?
I just rolled a d6 to see if Ranzin recharged his web, and he didn't.
Okay. Baron up next.
Okay. I am going to try... Okay, I'm going to try something. I'm just going to try and do levitate on... Can I see this guy back here if I can push around? Or no, actually...
There's no way you'd be able to see.
Well, I'll do it on this guy here. Boing.
The one on the right, yeah?
Yep. So a creature or loose object of my choice I can see within range rises vertically up 20 feet and remains suspended there for the duration.
Oh, wow.
Can lift up to 500 pounds. But they must succeed. Unwilling creature must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, which should be a con save of 16.
Okay, these guys are pretty good with their Constitution.
Oh.
They've rolled a 19 with a total of 26.
Whoa, okay, that's pretty big.
Yeah. So it's like this little bit of sort of movement, little small stones and soot and pebbles kind of raise up around him and then just drop as he stays planted to the ground.
Okay.
Good move, though. It would have. I mean, it would have been. I really I wanted that to succeed. That would have been great.
Yeah, me too. So the two skeletons in the front, they are going to be doing their dodge action, and anyone that can see the blue guy are going to be shooting him with the bow and arrow.
The blue guys are really like they've got that small door in front of them. And you've got these pillars in the room.
Impossible.
There's I would allow them to move off to the side and climb up and onto that bit of earth that just got lifted up.
Yeah.
If they wanted to stand on that and take some shots through the window.
But they'd take opportunity attacks, right?
It depends. If
the guys at the back.
Yeah, I was thinking about
the guys in the back, right, yeah.
Oh, if they can do that, they'll do that.
Yeah, so one of them can't take a move, but 1, 2, 3, I'd say 4 of them would be able to like get to it, take this shot, get down, and sort of cycle through their turns.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's like a running jump. Jump, shoot.
Yeah. So sort of one by one, they would like move to the spot, take their shot, get down, and sort of move away so the next can follow through. So depending on which ones you want.
Also for American.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Move in.
So let's roll to hit for the first one.
Okay, it's +4, so a 15 +4.
Yeah, that is definitely a hit, even with the added 2 AC I was going to put in.
So that's D6 plus 5. So 2 plus 5 damage.
7 damage. Cool.
A 2 plus 4. 17 plus 4.
That is a hit.
4 plus 5 damage.
Another 9 damage there.
And an 18 plus 4.
Oh.
That is a hit.
For a 6 plus 5 damage.
11 more damage. This guy is just getting like arrow after arrow.
I'm seeing such a good mental picture of them all like hopping on and off the dirt in quick succession, just like around.
Yeah, I'll let you do one more.
Oh, because it's very much an animated skeleton thing to do, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It is. So
Ray
cute.
Harryhausen movies. 17 plus
That's
4.
a hit as well.
Okay, come on. A 2 plus 5 damage.
Okay, 7 more damage.
I'm so pleased. This is the best mold earth yet.
That's right.
There's like one after the other. These skeletons just kick into gear as the Baron like orders this attack, and they just all jump up, let off a shot, and just cycle down as 4 or 5 of them make their way through, then leaving the platform bare for anyone else who might need it. And the last thing that the last skeleton sees is just this knight just pelted with these arrows. Some of the shots were so good that they even split some of the arrows perfectly in half. Just these, just amazing attack on this revenant in this corner. Cool. Anything else from the Baron?
No, that's plenty.
It is Irina's turn, who still has her rapier drawn, but is just sort of stepping back to let you lot take it. And she says, I think you guys are more than enough for this. I don't know what I can offer from the back, unless there's any other suggestions.
Keep yourself safe, Irina.
Yeah, keep an eye
Will
out
do.
for that.
So let's move past Irina, and we're back at the top of the turn order with the revenants. Both of the ones at the front are going to strike out with their long swords. Well, actually, one of them is. I think we'll start with one. Striking out. It rolls a 21. So that was with disadvantage because it's dodging. It's a 19.
Well, it's still a hit.
That's a hit. It does 10 slashing damage.
On Vargas. Oosh. He's down to 10.
And he takes another shot with disadvantage with a roll of a total of 8. So that second one just clangs into the thin doorway standing in front of them. The other one wants to just try and push past the skeleton.
Right.
So
that's a strength check.
Yeah, so we're going to go strength against strength.
Suppose. Where's my stats?
What are we looking at for your skellies?
Okay, so my strength is just a flat 10.
Yeah.
Oh, 7.
He's rolled an 18.
Okay.
And manages just to push past and moves up to the first living being you can see, which is Ismark.
Son of a bitch. I should have kept my double doors.
But he's got no action left for his turn. The Revenant in the back uses his movement to take a place. Actually, no. You see just a glimpse, all of you standing sort of outside, you see a glimpse of him making his way across the room. Sprinting, in fact, across the room. And you hear the sound of like a blade sliding against stone. But that one's
Like
turn.
he's picking something up or
Possibly.
putting something down or
It's
sharpening something? What
just that sound of like shink of metal against stone.
Okay.
Bill, back to you. John, it's good to have you back.
How's old Blue Boy looking after that pelting?
He did not look good. Not that the dead bleed, but he was limping and holding his arm as you saw him sort of running across the room through that doorway.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, also, each of them healed up a little bit.
Yep.
Okay. Fuck. I always have so many plans, and then the turn happens, and I'm like, I can't do any of that now.
You can do all of it. No?
No, because they're all in different places.
Right. So I guess the one thing that you might want to know, in case you missed it during your catch-up, was that the one with the blue circle, the one inside, there were 3 spells cast at him last week, and each one was cancelled, including a 4th level one, although that did require a roll from the Revenant.
Did he... I have a question about that.
Yep.
Did he exert effort each time that he cancelled them, or did that just happen? Like, not talking about the roll. Did he?
It was just like it as counterspell. It just cancelled them completely.
Okay. Cool. Sorry, I'm just changing my story here.
That's all good.
Is it time to run away?
No, I'm gonna yell at him.
Oh.
Within range can hear. No, actually, I'm gonna whisper at him.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna reach inside his mind. So as long as he's within range, this says that he can hear me. I don't necessarily need to see him according to this.
Okay.
And I'm just going to say, you will not be here forever. You are not permanent revenant. And I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Nice. What do we need for that?
So he needs to make a wisdom saving throw, and I'm going to cast this at level 2.
Okay. I think we used this once or twice last week as well from memory. So he has rolled a total of 17.
17, I don't think is enough these days.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, I lie. Yeah, 17 is enough.
I was getting excited then. Okay, it just doesn't seem to affect him in the least. And this is something that happens on a failed save.
It takes half as much.
Still takes damage, all
and
right.
He doesn't have to move away, so 4d6.
Oh, 46.
Did you say he halved it last time or something?
Yeah. So he's halving. Oh, it's psychic damage, is it? Yeah, so we'll see what happens there. So 15, we're halving that down to 8 and then halving it down to 4. So he's got a bit of a resistance to psychic damage.
Oh, okay.
Still a hit, though.
Still a hit. Anything else from
heals
Bill?
up.
No, I just hope I at least kept up with his healing.
It is Ismark's turn, and Ismark is taken aback as this revenant has come running towards him. He sheathes his crossbow, clasps his hands around his longsword, and takes 2 attacks out at the revenant. Rolling a 24 and a 17, both hitting, doing a total of 18 damage.
Oh, wow, Ismark.
Well,
18 damage to that revenant. And he looks around for a means to escape and is just surrounded. And he just plants himself in place with the longsword in front of him. We're back.
who does?
That was Ismark.
Okay, he's planting him. I was thinking that the revenant was trying to escape, but no.
Oh, he's so scared. No, it's Morley's turn. What are we going to do
Morley,
here?
get him with your magic sword.
Yeah,
You reckon?
he'd have to like
Who? The guy outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think, or not? Or you just shoot him?
I think we need to focus the
Yeah.
guy. They keep on healing, so
Yeah.
Or do we run away?
Running away is always an option.
Can Morley shoot that guy? It looks like a pretty straight line of sight.
He has, strangely enough, he does have line of sight to the guy that ran off.
Whew. All right.
It'd still be maybe an AC of 2 added on, but he does have line of sight. He didn't quite see what was causing that noise, but he did see the creature kneeling down while he sights him up with whatever we're wanting to move.
Kneeling down. Okay.
Do you this is a question for the players. Do you think if we ran away, we came back, we solved their curse with the dragon's skull, they'd be on our side and help us take down Strahd? Therefore, killing them right now, getting rid of future allies? Or am I overthinking this?
Well, there is quite a few of them, I think. Even if we kill these ones.
There was that table that Peepers saw that had maybe 5 or 6 knights upstairs seated at it.
Plus, will they really die?
They have died many times in war against Strahd's minions.
I've come too far.
All right, so
Baron can bring them back.
So is Morley going to take a shot through the door again?
I don't see why not.
Yeah. Should we do another firebolt?
Okay.
Yeah, cool. Give it a roll to hit. We're going to have a +2 to the AC for that Revenant, but
okay. Oh, I just didn't roll it. Here we go.
That is a crit fail. Now.
Oh, but Needle might disagree.
That's true.
Would it be? Do you think this would be the kind of move that Adam would turn into a crit success?
Well, one that is a 1.
Yeah, I mean,
the worst possible result.
I'd say this would be the one. Or do you think? Yeah, so he could use this if you guys wanted him to.
Vote.
Fuck.
I think Adam would want us to use it.
You know what? I think that's true as well. If it was just a standard miss, but he risks hurting others at this point with a crit fail.
Precious skeletons.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to set anything else on fire. He doesn't want to set up a windmill.
Yeah.
Well, not a windmill.
Joe, American, can you give me another 2d10? Because that's how much damage we're going to double the dice.
Awesome.
Yeah. Because we're going to turn that into a crit fail. Another 10.
Cool.
That
7
is great.
and 3.
So Morley sights it up, and there's just so much distraction that at the last minute there's some dust and stuff kicked up, and he sneezes and fires the firebolt just down into the ground, and it ricochets up off the ground and just catches like the Revenant across the far side of the room, just square on. Just splashing up this fire all up against him, doing a total of 19 damage.
Oh.
And that Revenant is slowly getting up from that, not prone but crouched position, and he's just really slow, and he looks incredibly injured to Morley. Do you think Morley would move at all, any move action, or just stay put?
Probably stay put, right?
That's what I reckon.
Yep.
American, over to you.
I've seen this Revenant emerge and run out into the crowd, and especially that it's getting near Irina and near Ismark. I'm feeling really scared for them and very overprotective, and a primal roar erupts from American's mouth as she starts growing fur and turning into the form of a bear.
Bearkin!
And this time, though, This time, it's an even bigger, scarier bear than you've ever seen her take before.
What?
Because I can do a higher CR bear now, which is cool. So instead of being a brown bear, instead of being a black bear, I'm a brown bear.
Oh, are they
And I'm
more
gonna-
vicious? Are they?
I'll have to like look up the stats to tell you exactly what's stronger. I just know it's stronger. I'll tell you in a minute. And she's going to rush forward, snarling and snapping and drooling, and stand in front of Irina and guard her.
Fantastic. That's awesome. So there's no other action you can take since the action is changing. Is that right?
Yeah, I finally learned the rules and haven't thought that I get 2 moves
Yeah.
for 1 turn once. But I am going to roll for Ranzen. Oh, got a 6. So his web
Nice.
is recharged. The question is, does that take his action?
No,
to try and
that's
roll?
not his action.
Okay. Ranzen's going to scuttle forward, hissing, and attempt a web attack on the revenant.
It's just a roll to hit.
20 plus 5 to hit. So I rolled 7 plus 5.
What's that? 12. That is a miss.
Burns.
Unfortunately. It just sort of
Look, he
splats.
tried.
It splats up against one of these like areas of the wall right behind this revenant.
He did it. He tried.
Yeah, I'm just keen to
How
see
do you
what
run, Sam?
Berrican's up to next.
Yeah, she's just
This is-
snarling.
Does the brown bear have a different moveset, or is it stronger? What do we got there?
I can tell you that. Just give me a second, and
Oh,
I will
we'll-
tell you exactly.
Move on until you find that Baron. What's the
No,
Baron?
I've got it right here now.
Oh, okay.
So the black bear is a half CR rating. So that has like 19 hit points, whereas a brown bear has 34.
Oh, damn.
And what else? It does more damage.
Cool.
So instead of 1d6 plus 2, it does 1d8 plus 4.
Okay.
And 2d6 plus 4 instead of 2d4 plus 2.
Oh, damn.
Bigger
Okay.
numbers.
Bigger numbers.
It has bigger numbers in it.
I think everyone's missed Berrican. I think this is great. Great to see Berrican.
And
back.
instead of a medium beast, it's large. So it's significantly bigger.
So is that? I think that might even be a bigger token size.
And it's chubsy. I want to say it's very fluffy and chubsy.
Okay, it's like almost adorable.
But also the least calm thing.
Is that a bigger token size? I'm trying to think if large is
I
a
don't think so. Like a horse is a large thing, but it takes up 5 feet, right? But
right.
the human doesn't take up 5 feet because they're not usually 5
Right.
feet wide.
True.
It's just your space.
No, you know
'Cause
what?
we had a horse that was like 10 feet across as a square. I don't know if that's
I'm
normal.
freaking doing it, guys. I think we need a bigger.
Hell yeah. I can't emphasize enough just how much snapping drool is coming out.
Yeah, that's awesome. So just a giant Berrican. Baron, you just hear these animal growls, and you turn your head to the left and just see Murican hunched over and just take this form of this enormous. You haven't seen her this big before, and adorable. but also terrifying.
It's got its
Like you
hackles
feel
up,
like
yeah.
you want to wobble the belly, but you know you'd die if you did.
Yeah. I need to make you a bear token that I can flip over and make it so you can turn between Murican and the bear.
We were just talking about Werner Herzog's Grizzly Man. It was a recreation of it. Okay, I'm going to get some skeletons doing some stuff now.
Okay.
I can't actually control them.
What would you like them to be doing?
So the one just below me, I want them to run in past the that revenant in the door, and then just below him.
You want him to what him? Jesus.
Run past.
So we're talking about the one below Ismark?
One below their Baron.
Yeah, that's Ismark is below you.
Oh, is he? Oh, it's just covered by my name. Baron,
Oh,
so
right,
I thought
right,
it
right.
was skeleton.
So you've got
Sorry.
Ismark right beneath you, and then in front of him you've got a skeleton.
Yep, that one then.
So you just want him to just run past and just keep
And
running
then
into
down.
the room, or
Just down below that revenant.
down below? So like circle around behind him.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice.
And then I'll get another one
Yep.
to just the bottom left of me to
Yep.
sort of, I guess, next to the one that was just there. Or I want him to get able to shoot this guy.
Oh,
the
right,
blue
right,
guy.
right, right. So we might need to have about there, just in the doorway.
Okay. And I'm gonna move that one above him in as well.
So the one that's in the doorway, he pushes around
Yep.
to there. Just sort of.
Yep. I just wanted to replace them, so I'll bring some skeletons in.
Right.
and replace those. Yeah.
I
And
know.
then
I
they
know
can
some
try
of
and
your
shoot.
skeletons have taken damage, right? So are you keeping track of who's taken what?
That one you just moved there
Yeah.
is taking damage.
Okay. And the others all kind of just start moving in formation to get in.
Yeah.
And close some of those gaps.
Yeah.
Is that good, or did you want even more?
No, that's good. I want to be able to run in as well, though. So
Yeah, there's a spot. There's a spot there. Oh, how far
I
in
want
did
to
you
go
want to
into
run?
about there. Can I get the guy from there?
There is
Or
like
here?
there's a pillar like from there you'd be able to. Yeah.
Okay.
So you basically push in with all of your skeletons move in, surround the revenant in the door, and you, in the confusion of all that movement, manage to get through as well. The revenant is going to take one attack opportunity against you because you need to get in and then move away from him.
Okay. Yeah. I was hoping he would do it against the skeletons, but
Well, they haven't moved
smart.
away. They haven't moved away from him. They've all been within that 5-foot mark.
one of them did. The one
They've all come
So I
in and
guess
just
not.
circled around him.
jerks. Yeah, that's all good. Go for it.
So it's just a single attack with his long sword. He has rolled a 20.
Oh,
Not a crit, just a total of 20.
that would be a meat beat, wouldn't it? If I had a 20,
It would be.
or no, he wouldn't beat a 20.
Well, no, it's a meat. No,
No, meats beats.
Fuck off.
Let's not get into this. Meats beats. It's
All right,
he
that's
meets,
a hit.
He beats. He does 11 slashing damage as you move away through the
Oof.
skeletons.
Son of a gun. I'm damaged. Okay. That's the second time I've been hit. I'm going to try and get the blue guy with a simple cantrip called Chill Touch.
Oh, we're going
It's
back
got a
to
+8.
some old school chill touch.
11 + 8.
11 plus 8 is a hit.
Cool. So that does 2d8 damage. A 1 and a 5.
What kind of damage are we looking at?
Necrotic damage. Yes.
All right, so he's going to half that. So, what was it? A
2.
1 and a 6? Was it a 1 and a 5?
I think it's. Was it? Oh, yeah. So 6 total.
And we're going to half that down to 3.
Okay, but the important part is that he cannot. If I hit an undead target, it has a disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of its next turn, and
Okay.
also it can't regain hit points at the start of my next turn.
Oh, okay. That's a very important one. That's a very important one.
Okay, now everyone's going to try and shoot him. That can.
Are they going
If
to?
anyone else can move in to shoot him, they will.
So he's got 5 around him. Are they going to strike out with swords, or are they just going to?
No, they're hitting the blue guy.
Oh,
Everything's hitting the blue guy.
3 of them would be able to hit.
Okay,
So give me a roll for 3 of them.
19.
That's
plus
a hit.
5. 4. I mean, it's a 1 + 5.
Okay, and another arrow straight into him.
3 + 4.
That is a miss.
And a 6 + 4.
That is a miss.
Damn it. Okay.
The other revenant at the door still has 2 skeletons around him that could maybe strike out, and there's another skeleton that can see him through the doorway if this is the revenant at the door.
Oh, let's give that a go. 7 + 5. 4, I mean.
It's a miss.
Wait, he's flanked, right?
Oh, it's a flank.
So they get advantage.
They absolutely.
True.
All of the ones striking out. So the 3 that are striking out will get advantage on this.
Okay, so I guess that's a 10 plus 4. Is that 14?
That's a hit.
It is. Oh. 2 plus 5 damage.
Okay.
Next one attacks with advantage. A 17 plus
That's
4.
a hit.
That is a 5 plus 5.
Oh, nice. And one
Third
more.
one attacks. A 15 plus 4.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
6 plus 5.
11 damage.
And next one is a 8 plus 4.
Well, the last one is a ranged attack, is it? That's it was only 3 that could.
Yes, and they all their attacks are the same.
The 8 plus 4 is a miss.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So you've again, there's just been arrows flying out across that room, sinking into the revenant that's been cancelling those spells, and the revenant at the door just being surrounded on all sides by these swords clanging down, and an arrow just soaring past his head.
And there's a white hand stuck to his back.
That's
and I'm going to yell out, attack him before he can heal.
Ooh, nice. It's Irina's turn, and she's sort of it's shaky because she's just seen this revenant come out and eye up Ismark, and she has that rapier in her hand, and for just a moment she freezes before just striking out with that rapier with advantage because he is flanked, rolling a 14, which is a hit, doing 3 damage against this revenant. She then, American, you've never seen her move this fast, and she just shoots back 15 feet using disengage as a bonus
Is
action.
Irina a rogue?
It was meant to be.
And that is Irina's turn. American, you can see that she's almost shaking with adrenaline at this point.
Go, Irina.
It is the Revenant's turn, and despite getting that slice across its back, American, you see it just heal over. And he ignores it completely for Ismark in front of him.
No.
And he strikes out at Ismark with a roll of an 18, which is enough, unfortunately, to hurt Ismark, doing 17 damage. He strikes out one more time, but this time he tilts his head and sees you next to him, realizes that threat, and strikes out with the longsword in your direction as well, American. He's only rolled a 6, so that is a miss. He just cuts a little bit of your fur, just cuts. The one in the doorway is just looking panicked and is looking in every which direction, and sees you, Baron, through the skeletons, and decides to try and push his way past the skeletons to get to you.
Protect me, Skelly boys.
Yeah. So we're going to do a strength versus strength save.
Okay. There you go. A 4. Beat that.
That's not enough, and he just pushes past. Your focus has been on the Revenant up near the altar the whole time, and you hear a scuffle and pushing past the skeletons. You look to see one of these knights now at your side, and just past him, you hadn't really noticed this before, is the spiral staircase of stone leading up, which you hadn't really noticed
nice
before.
architectural feature.
Yeah, just soak that in for a moment.
I shit myself.
It is the other Revenant's turn, the one that's been cancelling all of your shit, and you finally see what that sound was of that metal on stone, and he's now holding this long sword. And slow and out of breath, this thing just slowly closes in on you, Baron. And he, with the last of his energy, sort of strikes out, and it just goes clang down into the stone at your side. And you can feel that weight of his longsword struggling in his hands as he tries one more to lift that up and across the front of you. And he rolls a 15.
That would hit, but I can cast shield. Shield with my glass staff.
Yeah, you shout shield, and this thing lights up around you, and it just slices across this magic and heavily drops down with one arm to the side of you. which was a good thing because that would have done some 21 damage to you. So that was.
I can imagine. I think I don't have that much hit points left. I've got 21 hit points left.
Bill, over to you.
Bill sees the familiar glow of shield being cast inside and realizes that the Baron needs help, and he deftly maneuvers into the fray, running past this guy. Has this guy taken a reaction yet?
Not at this point.
Okay,
if you move away, then yes.
I move away from him.
Ooh, he strikes out. He sees you pushing past and just quickly strikes out with his longsword. Rolling a 19. Total of 19.
That's a hit.
Doing 17 slashing damage just up your back. Just shoot.
Brutal.
Yeah.
All right. I keep running.
Okay, good.
With a very slashed up back.
You're just leaving trails of blood behind you at this point.
Standing next to the caster, I take the blood spear and just heft it up into his somewhat corporeal form.
Okay. Give me a roll to hit.
Very nice. He's flanked as well, isn't he?
15. He's flanked, apparently.
We'll give you that as a flank, yeah.
Or is he not?
Well, it's meant to be on opposing sides.
Oh, is it?
So it's all right. A 15's a hit anyway. A 15 is a hit if you wanted to just keep that.
Okay.
Unless you wanted to move another 5 feet and give yourself advantage.
I think I measured out before. That's my maximum move anyway.
All right. So, yeah, you just jam the blood spear into him. What happens? What does your blood spear? What does it do when it kills something?
So normally it would drink the blood of its enemies, but I imagine there's not a lot of blood with this revenant, and I just want to see the life essence, the green and blue glow from inside and surrounding these revenants, just kind of be pulled into it.
And that happens.
Yes.
While it's happening, the revenant grabs at the spear that's inside him at this point, and he looks you dead in the eyes, and in his dying breath, he says, "I will be back for you," and just slumps down onto the ground. I'm just going to write your name down next to the word revenant.
Oh God. Don't worry,
Just
Bill will win him over.
Just as a reminder.
Hates Bill the most.
Yeah. But
whoa, that's a relief to see Bill run in and stab it to death.
Oh yeah. Anything else?
Bro move.
Anything else from Bill?
That's it.
It's at this point you also realize the revenant standing behind the Baron as well. It is Ismark's turn, who, American, you notice is also shaking with adrenaline at this point. Oh, that was the wrong roll. Let's bring up Ismark's character sheet. And again, just tries to strike out. The smirk that you know him for and the sort of the cockiness to his talk is just gone for concentration at this point. His first roll is a 19, which is a hit.
Oh.
And his second roll is a 17, which is also a hit, doing 22 damage.
Wow.
Against this revenant in the door.
Whoa.
He sees a spot has kind of freed up beside him and just leaps down, but maintaining that 5-foot distance in the hopes that he's kind of like standing next to Berican now, feeling a little safer. As he should. It is Morley's turn.
Do you guys reckon Morley would rush into the house, the tower?
I think he would be protecting the person that's near Irina, so the revenant on the outside.
You reckon maybe he could run up and he could do a flanked attack on the revenant next to me?
With his magic sword.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. So Morley sees an opening on the landing of this stone landing, runs across, grabs the hilt out of his pocket, and uses his bonus action to just cause this big blade of light to appear in front of him, casting this light and casting long shadows across this incredibly foggy graveyard. So let's do a roll to hit with advantage.
15. Oh, well, he rolled a 15 plus 7.
Give us another roll as well.
I'll roll again. This time he rolled even better. He rolled 17 plus 7 for 24.
All right, so normally the two 20s, D20s would be rolled at the same time. So we'll take those and we'll take the first bit of damage because that's how we would normally do it. So he's rolled a total of 24, doing a total of 12 radiant damage. What's the extra damage for? Is that bonus damage?
That's just the sword damage, I think.
Oh, right.
The radiant.
That's right. So it's sword and radiant damage. That's right. Cool. So he just runs up, empowered by the fact that he saw like Irina fighting something and quickly disengaging, and he just runs up, activates that sunblade, and just slices it across this revenant. It doesn't seem to take any bonus effect. It doesn't look like this thing is susceptible to radiant damage, but it does take the full 20 damage.
Nice.
And he does find himself now face to face with one of these undead.
What does he say, guys?
Yeah, what does he say?
Irina, I'll protect you. Something like that.
Yes.
What else would he say? I don't know. That wasn't that exciting.
Tricky. He was
He'd
so
say
good
something
at doing
about kombucha. He loves that.
Really?
I'll save you, Irina.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Kombucha.
I will also say that the emotion, Morley is known to get some sort of feeling from this hilt, almost like it can think and feel, and there's just this driven to kill feeling that he's getting from it, but also just this just a huge wave of sympathy is coming through Morley as well.
Sympathy.
It's like a sympathetic need to kill these things. Like it doesn't feel
pity.
Yeah.
So you're saying we're the bad guys? Got it?
No, because it knows it's also giving Morley that urge to kill. Like it knows it needs to
kill
do
them
this.
because they they're bad.
Yeah.
Or they feel sorry for their state they're in. Or...
Yeah.
Okay. Did it look like the sun sword did extra damage?
No.
Okay.
Not this time.
Or ever.
No, it hasn't it? Berican.
Oh.
I want to ask the players something because I want to ask a mechanical question. I was thinking of trying to grapple it so it can't move, or should I just attack it and go hard and attack?
Fuck it up.
Because I can grapple it and then attack.
Oh.
But I don't want it to be able to move.
Well, you can do both.
I don't think it's going to move anyway.
I can.
It's kill.
The grapple means you can use one of your attacks, and the bear gets 2 attacks.
It would be pretty cool. If he's grappled, could he still attack Ismark?
Right. I think
a grappled person can still attack.
Did they get opportunity attacks?
I think they can only attack the grappler.
Because I'm just thinking to try and to protect Ismark more than anything.
Yeah.
And Irina.
Grappled creature's speed becomes 0 and it can't benefit from any bonus to its speed. The condition just talks about the condition ending. It doesn't say, it's just speed. The creature can attack. Yeah. It's just being held in place. It's not restraining his arms or anything. He's literally just holding it in place.
Do it though, I reckon. If you would do it, do it.
But that would sacrifice one of my attacks. So I'm thinking if it's not...
Fine.
If you want to protect Irina, that would be something to do. If you think a bear would do it, a bearkin, or would it just smash it, up to you.
Okay, I'm going to try and grapple just because if it runs at Irina and kills her, I'll never forgive myself.
Also,
and,
just
in,
as a...
in the
So
Carry on.
just as a quick update, with that Sunblade, that radiant damage that it did only occurred because it was an undead. So normally it would just do 8 damage. It only does
okay.
radiant damage to the undead.
Is that right?
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
A 10.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the grapple because, as I said, the bear form was motivated by a protective instinct. So that means I have to try and seize it. I'm going to seize it with my teeth, but I have to do an athletics check contested by the target's strength or dexterity.
Okay, the Revenant is going to try and fight back with using strength.
Okay, so the bear has +4 strength, so... Oh, it rolled a 2 + 4.
Yeah, this rolled a total of 11.
Okay.
So
I'm imagining the bear made that voice, though.
Yeah, the bear lets out like a roar that kind of tapers away a little bit too fast, but then it slashes out with its claws.
nice. Give us a roll.
Let me just look at my
But yeah, this Revenant just like slaps your bear paw away from it as you go to
Rude.
reach out.
I rolled a 19 + 5.
Oh, that's a
for
definite
the
hit.
slashing. 13.
Okay, you return that slap, but with claws this time.
Yeah, just rake it across with massive claws.
Yeah, you just leave these big gouges through his forearm, and you can just see the sort of dead meat through the skin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Ranzen's gonna roll a d6. Again.
Love this for Ranzen.
It's my line. He rolled a 2. He's
Okay.
fine.
He's okay.
He's gonna run in front of Irina and wave his forearms threateningly.
It's like up on its...
I think they're called pedipalps.
Oh my god, that's so
I mean, that
cute.
sounds
They're called
ridiculous.
Pedipalps.
what?
It's like a
I need
pedi,
to-
like a feet, I think. And palps.
Palps, it's so cute.
Those are the sort of those little feet that by their mouths.
Yeah, pity pals.
I'm using that.
Okay, anything else from American and Ranzen?
No.
Baron, you have a longsword wielding Revenant right behind you.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
And you've just seen
What I'm going to do?
Bill destroy the Revenant in front of you.
Yes. So yeah, I've got mixed feelings because I was flanked by these two fuckers.
And you did just take some damage from him as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, no. Sorry, he missed. He missed.
Well, I
Twice.
did take damage by.
But actually, this is the one
the
that
other guy.
damaged you as you ran
Yeah.
through.
So I'm going to yelp.
Your blood's
gonna-
still on his blade.
I'm going to disengage to the south,
Okay.
down by the stairs there.
Mm-hmm.
And the skeletons on the left of him are all going to form a line down from here. Yep.
How far? Like all the way down or just around him?
All the way down.
So this one, yeah, okay, no, that's right. He kind of just circled around the pillar past Bill. Are we blocking off this?
And then the other one's going to move in and make another column
Oh, right.
down.
Okay.
And another one, if possible.
Something like this?
Just below Bill there.
Okay.
Yep. And I guess everyone will shoot him or attack him if they can.
All right, well, 4 of them will get attacks with longswords or whatever blades they've got.
Yeah, short swords.
So basically, yeah, so
they
you
get advantage.
Just to paint a picture for those listening, the skeletons have just come running in and created almost like a pathway to the south from where the Revenant is standing. It's like a corridor of death if he decides to move, basically, right?
That's correct.
Corridor of Death. I love that.
Yeah, it's my
So
new
if he
album.
did run at me, he would have to take a lot of
Opportunity attacks.
opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, so 4 of them are going to attack out with their blades.
Okay, is this with advantage?
Yeah, yes, all of them are with advantage
Okay, so let's have a look.
due to being flanked.
12 plus 4.
That's a hit.
2 plus 5 damage.
Okay.
Oh, let's say That's a miss.
Okay.
Pretty sure. So that's
Yeah.
the second one. Third one, a 2 and a 16 plus 4.
That's a hit.
6 plus 5 damage.
Damn. Okay.
Fourth one,
Yep.
19 plus 4.
That's a hit.
4 plus 5 damage.
Cool. So then 4 of them will get to attack. 4 of them will get to attack with short bows or whatever they've got. I think it's short bows.
Yep. Okay, so this is the first of those.
Yep.
15 plus 4.
That's a hit.
1 plus 5 damage. Second one, 11 plus 4.
That's a hit.
5 plus 5 damage. 13 plus 4.
Is a hit.
Guys
4
are
plus
going
5
hard.
damage.
Another 9 damage.
And the last one, I think, 7 plus 4.
Is a miss. Is a miss. Two
Okay.
misses. The rest all hit. This revenant is just slammed in all directions. All these blades come slashing down across him as these short bow arrows thud into him from all these different angles. He drops to one knee and just painfully gets back up to his feet and stares down that corridor at you, Baron.
I'm nervous, but also
Horny.
I trust in my skeletons to help me out here.
It is Irina's turn. And seeing this revenant sort of flanked on all sides, she just comes darting around Ranzen and takes another shot with her rapier with advantage, thanks to being flanked. She rolls a 14, which is a hit, doing only 3 damage, but 3 damage is always good, better than nothing. And again, just darts back to the bottom of the stairs using disengage.
Oh, Irina.
This time, Mirakin, you see she's not really shaking so much. The adrenaline is wearing off a little bit. There's just excitement in her eyes. And we'll take a 5-minute break now, I reckon. Let's take it now. Cool. Let's pause Sirenscape.
Killed the blue guy, the magic guy. That was the.
Yeah,
I think we've turned the tide with that guy gone.
Yeah.
Well, now I can't do big area of effect spells because by the time that happened, I was standing too close.
I'm going to let you in on just like a little secret. He couldn't have counterspelled any more anyway. So I love
Don't say that.
I was like,
I love that you were so like 3 out of 3, just bam, bam, bam. You killed each and every attempt to do these big spells, and that was enough for you to go, no more. No, not going to do that again. And that was great because he couldn't have done it anyway. It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
yeah. I was thinking, like, as a player, I was like, oh, he probably has a limited amount of times he can do that because otherwise it would be like super OP.
Sure.
But
you also don't know what I've done.
You can't assume, or you make an ass out of you and me.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck, maybe he can just do it forever.
I mean,
Yeah.
I absolutely could have added that to him, or he could have come standing with it.
That was why
you could have said, you could have homebrewed that he could just do it forever for free.
and he can take actions on top if he wants.
Yeah, all the enemies just have infinite fucking bullshit.
That was why I asked the question about, like, does he seem to be doing something? And you were like, yeah, he's counterspelling. I was like, okay. So as a caster, I would assume that I'd know that that takes effort.
Yeah.
You can't necessarily just keep on doing it.
But I didn't know if it's
I would,
innate ability for some sort of creature.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that was the bet. The bet was like, can he just keep on doing it? I was betting no, and you were betting yes.
Yeah, and I also couldn't tell, like, he didn't always use it. So if we're using some sort of magic spells against him, he didn't do it. But the big ones he did. So is he just crafty? Probably.
That's the hint, right? Like the hint that he can't just always do it.
I thought he could only do it against area of effect spells that target him.
Right.
Yeah, I was wondering that too, because I was thinking, oh, what if I like use a spell that like summons something that's not even near him? He probably wouldn't. I don't know, but would he?
Basically, he's a.
Well, don't tell us all the mechanics.
No, I'm not going to tell you all the mechanics. He's a strategist, right? He's a knight. He's been in many of these fights. He knew when to use things and when not to. Effectively was what was going on.
He did it well.
The gamble of using a spell on him and you're not sure if he could counterspell it is that the risk is that you waste this entire high-level spell slot, which is pretty devastating.
Yeah, and a turn. It's bad enough just wasting a turn, let alone a 4th level spell slot, which I burned.
Yeah. I did two ones, which is like, meh.
Yeah, it was cool. I've enjoyed this fight, and I'm still enjoying it. It's already taken some great twists and turns with Beric making an appearance, and with Irina having sort of joined in a little bit this time.
Yeah, and Morley did a fucking flip of a skeleton through the window.
Yeah.
How good has Morley been?
I know.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they pulled out their sword and did like shitloads of damage.
20 damage.
Yeah.
So the deal with the Sunblade is it does just a normal, what is it, a D10 for damage is just normal damage, and then it does a D8 plus an extra 2 for radiant damage. Plus 2D. Oh, plus it gets that as well. Yeah, something like that anyway. We need to figure it out.
So we did 12 radiant
damage. It only gets the radiant damage on undead, did you say?
Correct.
Right.
Yeah. So if it was just attack on anyone else, it would just be, shiny, very bright. A very bright attack, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sweet using... I feel like Mold Earth is like best cantrip ever.
Low key, the best.
Honestly, that was a really good idea. You listen to the fact that the window was high off the ground, that to get any shots, he's going to have to do like some big moves. And realistically, I probably shouldn't have let that move occur because it was 2 actions. It was an acrobatics and an attack. Right. But I just thought it was a cool idea. I'm not going to shoot it down.
Yeah, I mean, jumping off of something and shooting is pretty...
Yeah.
It just makes it more difficult to actually get the hit, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
And it was
because you can move in an action, so like that could be his movement, but it was just
otherwise you can't swing on a rope and
yeah.
Flash someone or jump off something.
Yeah, I'm sure that by the book he probably couldn't have been able to do it just because it was like
I think you can. Really? I think you can. That's the standard thing.
Okay. I thought you could move and like jump as part of a move action, but actually doing like kicking in a door and shooting someone is an action.
Probably kicking in a door is like a strength roll or something.
Yeah, that's
right?
like
It's like a strength check or something. But I think jumping off things, I've never.
He didn't jump off something. He got launched by it was like a help move. It was a help action with an action. So I just let it happen anyway because it was too cool.
Bit of a grey area.
Yeah, it was good.
What does the chat say?
Yeah, what does the chat
Where
say?
our rules lawyers at?
Yeah.
Rules lawyer us, damn it.
Like, I already know I was right to allow it to happen, but is it legal? Is it D&D legal?
Yeah,
is I guess
legal?
The question.
We'll make it legal.
I'll just say a big thank you. We had Man Hernandez giving us a raid at one point, just adding 3 people into the chat, and Stream for Initiative raiding us again with a party of 9, which is awesome. Thank you so much for those raids. Sorry that I couldn't call them out at the time, but podcast recording and all that. But thank you. We really, really do appreciate it. What did you guys think of Needle? He
was crying.
Why would he want to not leave Barovia? That's what I want to know.
Or, well, maybe he's not under. Maybe he's not. He's forced to be this sort of role of a show up and give you stuff.
Yeah,
or
he's
take
cursed,
stuff.
Right?
He was cursed when you met him in Phandalin.
Yeah.
And something's obviously not quite right here as well. So just before he stepped back in, that facade dropped from his face and he said, "I don't want to go back." You don't know where back is, I guess.
It's a random origin he's coming from.
That's very good. That is very good. The chat is saying everything is legal. Someone else is saying they're more like guidelines. Calzone says rule of cool. Shagget says I would roll an acrobatics check to see how smoothly the landing is. The shot after the jump, roll with disadvantage. So I think it sounds like just go with it because it was cool, which I agree with.
I'd do it the way you did it, where it's like if you have a bad acrobatics check, it makes the shot harder.
Yeah. That's pretty
or
much.
Or not, you can't do it at all,
Yeah, if he had rolled like a 5, then I wouldn't have let him.
He would have shot himself.
Because there's no action. There's no like acrobatics action.
Right.
I'll be right back.
Okay, we good and be back because we do have a question from Lap Kiwi, of course. Of course. So, yeah. Not confusing coming back there, John? You got everything? You sort of get an understanding of where everything's at? Is there anything that we can fill out for you or anything?
No, I think it was pretty smooth. Yeah, it was just. I do have a question actually about the holy symbol of Ravenkind.
Oh, yes.
I don't know if I should ask you this on stream or off stream, but I'm just going to ask it on stream.
Just ask.
One of the abilities is.
Let me just bring that up.
Says if you have the feature turn undead, which I obviously don't have, because I think that the item itself is kind of geared towards a cleric. So does that skill? There's a skill that's related to that. Does that just I just don't have that one?
Does anyone in the party have turn undead?
No, that'd be a horrible spell.
None of us can have it.
Okay.
Only cleric and paladin can have it.
What I will allow then for this, because I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, well, you better go find a cleric to join your party. This is just going to come with that ability built in. So if you want to use it, you can just use it.
Okay, but maybe I don't get the bonus bit because it makes turn undead better. I don't know if you've got it up in front of you.
What does turn undead do normally?
It makes undead run away.
What are we talking about?
Also have disadvantage.
Other ones, it makes them explode.
Really?
I think that's in older versions, and this is they just run away.
Just get turned.
What is this? Some kind of spell you can get?
It's the holy symbol of Ravenkind. I'm just clarifying because on it, it's like, hey, if you have this feature, it's better now. It gives me advantage, basically.
Yeah. I think that's a good thing. So you can expend 3 charges of the holy symbol, and it will let you use turn undead, but we won't also give you that advantage since it is a cleric move. But we'll at least
that seems fair.
It enables this thing comes with the ability to use turn undead. There's going to be people in the chat and people on the podcast being like, that's weak, but it's really cool. I feel like it would just be shit giving you guys this item that you've had to try and find and then being like, cool, now go find a cleric to join your party that can hold it. Like, no thanks.
Yeah.
That sounds weak. Yeah.
I like that.
Sorry.
Oh, it's called turn undead, which makes it sound like it turns them back into people, but no, it just turns them around.
Turns them around. Yeah.
You would think it would do, but yeah.
What's turn the unholy?
I think that's a similar thing. They just don't have to be undead.
Right.
Okay, that's cool. I'm
cool.
happy with that.
Because
I think the reason why they have this thing is that a lot of people will be starting the campaign and building their characters, and they're like knowing that they're going into Barovia, and being like, we're going into Barovia, like we're gonna have a cleric. Like there's a group at work that play, and there's a cleric in that group because they were like, we're going to an undead place. It'd be good to have a cleric.
Yeah. If we would started with brand new characters in session 0, I'd be saying, look, we need to make sure that we've got someone that can do cleric or paladin kind of. There needs to be a holy kind of side to someone at somewhere. So instead of being like forcing someone to take on a cleric or multi-class and stuff like that, it's just not as cool. It's not as fun forcing you guys to make big moves like that. Although Bill, what we could, if we want to give this some kind of flavor, you do have the Morning Lord in your heart these days.
The Morning Lord in my heart. I've accepted him as my Lord and Savior.
Yeah. So maybe this is just really ringing home that religious kind of aspect for Bill.
Okay.
It doesn't have to. You can also just say no to that.
And before Bill multi-classes to Paladin.
Yeah. Lap Kiwi has given us quote of the week, and also, as always, NZ Waffles has just let us know that. Just a reminder, y'all are amazing. So thank you so much, Waffles. who also joins the Patreon as just the support class, the support tier, which is awesome. Thank you for joining in last week. And we'll call out George Friend, who is still giving us that $4 a month in the $4 a month tier.
Is the support class the lower tier class? Because it's like
the support class is you can give whatever you want. It can be as low as $1 a month, which is fantastic.
That's what Bill does.
What?
That's Bill. He's the support class.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, like, is it actually called support class?
I think I've
You
called
need
it
to
the,
give them thematic names.
I think I called it the support tier.
So
Call
you're
it
saying
like
that Bill
Game
is
Buff.
like.
May as well call it bad tier.
Yeah, bad tier.
Maybe I can do that.
Under $1.
Maybe
a
I can
month.
start renaming them. Yeah, that's cool. But and then there's the early. Well, I've just called it early bird tier because really the only difference is you get access to our sessions before anyone else does. So
Call it the peepers tier.
Peepers. Yeah, why not, right? So George Friend,
Peeperino.
thank you so much for being on the early bird tier or the Peepers tier. And giving us that support. I've also made it so that if you're a subscriber to us in Twitch, you'll get access to the sessions through here. So it's not just for Patreon supporters; it's also for other people who give us monthly amounts for like subscribing.
Monthly.
Yeah, monthly. So I make those available just to subscribers. So if you can't watch us live, you can at least catch up through Twitch. Or if you're on our Patreon on that early bird tier, you can catch up there as well. So thank you so much for the support. Also, I think there's still like a 25% off code or store wide on Designed by Humans. So if you knew of a shirt or if you wanted to grab one of the stickers or the amazing art print that Shannon put together or a hoodie or whatever, there's merch that's I think currently 25% off. So that all of that kind of support helps as well because that 25% comes off Designed by Humans cut. We still get the decent chunk.
Is there like a code they have to
The
use?
code is ice cream. I think because they're moving into summer in the Northern Hemisphere.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the bottom tier should be called the mage hand tier because it's kind of like it's kind of giving us a helping hand, but it's not like it's a bit incorporeal.
Oh,
Okay.
Tubin tier.
Well, we can.
The Jeffrey
With the
Tubin
mage
tier,
hand.
the invisible hand that wreaks havoc.
We've got the quote of the week. We can. Oh, John's disappeared now. That's right. Okay, we'll get started.
I'm going to disappear too.
Are you going?
Well, only for a moment.
Okay, well, you can feel free to disappear for a moment. We can come back to the question.
Oh, I thought you said a quote.
Question of the week.
You did say quote at first, but
We don't have quote of the week.
Question.
We don't. That was.
Why not?
Have I been missing these quotes all this time?
I think we should have a quote of the week, actually.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, that's a bad idea.
It's a fine idea. I'm just not going to be the one that makes it. I was going to add something to the start of the session that I didn't end up doing, which was going. Oh, you know how sometimes I've started and I've given like a little glimpse of what's going on elsewhere. I've done that like a couple of times. I was going to start off the session by showing Needle's point of view before entering and spinning his wheel. And I decided not this time. Maybe next time. Maybe next time we'll do something like that. If it aligns nicely. Because I think there's definitely something I want to start delving into with old Needle now.
Okay.
Yeah. Waffle says the quote of the week is, we don't have a quote of the week.
Classic. I actually have a question about mechanics for everyone.
Cool. Put it out there.
I was reading.
Oh, quickly, you got a comment on your costume as well, by the way.
Oh,
Someone came
I
on and
thought
was
it
like,
good.
"Oh man, the costume looks great." Yeah.
I just pulled my earphones out.
Okay.
They said what?
They said, yeah, they just came in and said, "Oh man, Joe's costume looks great."
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
So the question I was going to ask was, a lot of people online, apparently, they think that critical fumbles are a rule that you shouldn't use. What do we all think of that?
What does the
What's
chat
their
think?
what's their reason why you shouldn't use it?
I think one of the reasons is that it disproportionately hurts melee people because I don't know, I guess people don't apply them to a lot of spells because you don't roll a d20 for them. So I can see that argument. Like if you're playing like a barbarian or a fighter and you're attacking with a melee weapon all the time, you're way higher chance than a magic user of doing a critical fumble.
To be
And
fair,
other people, it's apparently not even in the official rules as well.
No, it's not. It's not. It was something that John introduced me to that I just really liked. I thought it just made it more interesting. Other than you got a 1.
Yeah, I can see pros and cons for it, but I did think it was interesting when people pointed out that it disproportionately affects certain classes, and I was like, fair point.
Yeah.
I think so. I introduced you to it, and Shannon introduced me to it.
Right.
I feel like Shannon probably has an opinion here.
What's the question?
The crit fumble.
Is it good or bad, basically? Should it be used?
And I want to know what the chat says.
Well, I can give you some. So, LARP Kiwi says melee players get multiple attacks, so there's more chances to fumble, whereas a spellcaster only gets 1, and only if it's a ranged spell attack as well, not an area spell.
And spellcasters also get things like you can attack, but they have to roll to save against it. You're not actually you're not using your thing.
Yeah.
Actually,
so there is a lot of advantages to being a spellcaster. I can see that the rolling a fumble and then rolling a percentile dice to see how badly you get fucked up is bad for that. Yeah, it's true. But also it's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think another point people made online is like, it also depends on the DM. Like if your DM's like a real dick and there's like, oh, you fumbled, you cut off your arm, and then it's like, oh, that sucks.
But if you just
remember
when we were talking about whether we should bring in losing limbs? Yeah, I'm glad we didn't do that in the end.
Well, it did bring about the death of our favorite NPC, who was the cousin of John's character, and people loved him because he would do nuts things. But he rolled a botch and then got like a 1 or something like that, and then he rolled another one and got another 1. So there was no way out of that. His sword broke and cut his own head off.
Oh my gosh. Did you say he rolled 4 ones in a row?
Yeah, on percentile dice as well. So one on a 20 and then one on a
D100. Yeah, you gave him another because you were like, I could sense, I remember it. Because you were like, this feels too bad to just like take it away straight away. And you're like, all right, well, we're going to, there was some reason, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah, I think the first time he smashed his sword, and the second time, what happens with the sword? I think he didn't roll another one, he had to roll another percentile dice, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then
it flung back up and chopped his head off.
That's amazing.
But it's kind of epic. So what did the chat say?
It's memorable.
Yeah, definitely. So we've also had Carl Zone said he doesn't use it, but he has no problem with other games using it. Random Origin said they had various crit fail tables, long range, melee, and spell failures, depending on the fumble, which is super. Tori actually took me through that. It looked pretty cool. Waffles says spellcasters are OP, just bad magic, which is fair.
Yeah.
Random Origin said they had different tables for crits as well, so crit successes, which is kind of cool. Overcord.
Yeah, that's good.
Overcord says I use crit fumbles where weapons get damaged, so -1 until repair. Adds an element of looking after your gear. I could imagine that one being incredibly controversial. Especially, again, because it's weighted against melee users, I guess. To be fair, though, I feel like the person who's fumbled the most and damaged others the most is the Baron, maybe?
You think so? It's only happened a couple of times, but they were pointed out every time.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, we've had
I've been
weapons
hit myself from rolling ones.
We've had weapons be dropped. We've had people injure themselves. We've had people injure other people. I think it's been relatively evenly spaced out between people.
Because you're not merciless about it.
Other people. What are they talking about?
Yeah.
If I roll a 1 on chill touch or whatever, I get that botch and I hit other people. So
I guess it's because you've got like area attack spells which you don't need,
Yeah.
but then the people can roll against them. So there's always a roll happening. There's always a roll.
It's
happening.
just the ones where they have to save, isn't it?
I think
Yeah.
it's one of those things that probably bothers extremely crunchy people much more because they can see that mathematically it's not as
Yeah.
fair.
Overcooked saying they also add that crit hits will damage your armor. So if someone crits against you, it gives you a -1 until it's been repaired. That's kind of cool, actually. I quite like that.
But how many blacksmith are you meeting?
Yeah, there's not many blacksmiths in Barovia, but I could imagine, like, at the end of a mission in Phandalin, going back and using the blacksmith in a day of downtime.
Mend cantrip, buddy.
Yeah.
We're
Oh,
good.
all that, all
I've got the
that.
men cantrip
Yeah,
for
yeah,
such
yeah.
a reason.
Yeah, that's
I think-
also good.
I feel
I'm
like.
not.
Sorry.
Go on. You
I
go
was
on.
just going to say, this undoubtedly it is worse for melee or anybody trying to make a melee attack or even a ranged spell attack. But it depends on what you're optimizing for. If you're optimizing for, like, are you the best character, the most powerful character, then yeah, probably isn't the best option. But if you're optimizing for fun and memorable moments, I think it's way better. Like, I remember that death. I remember when Dave's character flung himself from a harpoon off of a zeppelin when he rolled a 1.
That was actual amazing.
And smashed his face in and
Yeah.
got knocked unconscious. You know, like I remember every single time we've had a 1 followed by a really low percentile dice.
Yeah.
But I don't remember like every single one that somebody's rolled against.
Even the
hitting
crits.
somebody.
I like the idea of
Yeah,
having crit rolls. That's actually kind of cool. Adding something special to it is kind of cool. And then you're bringing in some of that, maybe a crit roll you roll and you might damage the opponent's armor. That could be quite cool. Making them easier to hit from there on in. But you're right, John. We've had some amazing, memorable moments because of those ones, for sure. I want to get on to Larp Kiwi's question, and before we get back into the game, just because.
Cool question, Joe.
Yeah, that was a very cool question. Larp Kiwi asks, once you are finished in the mansion, what does your character think is your next step? Do they have any plans, or are we all just winging it?
Well, after the mansion.
Yeah, let's go with the Baron. What does the Baron think?
God, I really don't know. I wanted to find Esmeralda. She's not here. It all depends what happens in this tower. I mean, another option is I want to go get our weapons silvered, get some silver on those skeleton swords, and then go find, like, these children have been abducted by the werewolves.
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah.
Found out about that.
Okay. American, what is American thinking for what's next?
I'm thinking about Savid because he also has like a missing child situation. And he's probably needing our protection to get back home. And he also knows Esmeralda, like he's heard of her, so it's kind of intriguing. But yeah, I also am concerned about werewolf abductions as well now.
Yeah, there's that camp, isn't it? Vistani camp to the south or something that we.
And we were warned about that like ages ago.
Well, Rick Tavio.
What, to not go there?
Rick Tavio asked you if you guys had been to it yet.
Yeah, and then he was like, "Ooh, watch out!"
And then he was like, "Yeah, just don't go there. Don't go there."
And he's like, "Know any bird people?"
That's right. He was asking you about.
What's their name?
He asked you about the ravens or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
Yeah, and you guys wouldn't give him anything.
Yeah, and we think Rick Tavio is Rick Van Richten.
He could be like it's all kind of pointing towards some kind of link, right?
Yeah.
Too many coincidences.
What's Bill thinking for what's next after this mansion?
I will just say that thinking about Savid sounds like some sort of French art film.
Yeah.
I don't know why that tickles me so much.
Yeah.
Bill's interested in kind of rounding out as many of the prophecies as we can to help us in the fight to come. So I think like hopefully we get some Silver Dragon Skull action here, or like we understand it a bit better at least. And then if we can do anything else before we go to dinner.
Finally, someone mentioned the dinner. No one else is. I was waiting for someone to
putting it
mention
off.
it.
We've been
Really?
talking. We've been talking about the dinner in the Nosy M chat.
Ah,
Or sorry,
okay.
people have been talking about it, and I've been reading it.
Oh, right.
But then being way too late to reply.
Yeah. Cool. That's at least. Thank you for asking, Larp Kiwi, because now I know what I need to kind of start thinking about as well.
There are a lot of threads.
There are a lot. I mean, you've still got Bubble Saga if you wanted to go find the other winery gem.
Yeah.
There's and Arabelle. You heard about Arabelle having gone missing as well.
Arabelle.
That's Savid's girl.
The girl from
or
the
someone he knows.
Vistani camp. Yeah.
She's not the one that was in that Strahd's got.
No.
No, that's Gertruda.
Gertruda.
Yeah, also we have to save Gertruda.
Is that Mad Mary's daughter?
That is Mad Mary's daughter.
Yeah.
There's also obviously the Silver Dragon skull. With whatever's happening with
We've
that.
got a lot of stuff.
How big is a silver dragon skull?
It's a little smaller than a living dragon skull because it doesn't have the flesh on top of it.
Great.
Thanks, that's helpful.
Yeah, it's a decent size. I could give you some measurements later. I reckon I could, but it's decent.
Just like the size.
Clip it.
It's not something you can just like hold in one hand, like cradling under your hand or anything.
In units of horses. Like how many horses big?
I'm happy for you guys to decide how big it is, as long as it's relatively realistic. It's not like the size of a mouse's skull.
I think it's big enough to cradle in your arms.
Stop it. Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's get back into it. Thank you for the question, Larp Kiwi. Thanks for the love.
All of these could be
Waffles.
taken out of context.
Yeah, and thank you for the chat about about Joe's question as well. Overcord kind of wrapped up that the reason they do that with damaging weapons if it's a crit fail or damaging armor if it's a crit success is that it was just driven by feeling that that the gear is quite bland in 5th edition. Just giving some incentive and need to look after it, which I actually kind of like. I feel like there's way more reason, like story-driven reason as well, about doing that than counting how much coins and how much weight you're carrying and stuff like that. So I quite like that. I'm not going to bring it in. It's too late. Maybe next campaign. But I do like it. Let's get back into it. The Revenant just got absolutely pelted by in all directions by these skeletons, and it is the Revenant's turn. We're going to start with the one outside who has an enormous bear in front of him, someone that's damaged him quite soundly next to the bear, and someone who's just snuck up and jammed this sunblade into his back, and he doesn't quite know what to do. What he's going to do is make a bolt for it. He dashes towards the mausoleum.
Provoking opportunity attacks
from everyone. So
Damn.
American, give me an opportunity attack.
Shall I just do claws?
Yeah.
I rolled only 8 plus 5 for 13.
That is
he
meets beats.
Oh, meets beats.
Was he flanked?
Not for
roll?
opportunity attacks. That is just him running.
9 slashing damage.
9 slashing damage. The claws, slash against him. Can we get a Sunblade roll from Morley? This could do some decent damage.
Yes. Okay.
That is a hit as well.
Ooh.
22. Doing 9 total damage. Ismark is going to slash out with his longsword. Hitting for 4 damage. Irina is going to slash out with her rapier. Missing, unfortunately. I think that's it for the opportunity attacks. I actually don't think he... Did he need
what
to...
about Ranzan?
He did need to dash. Yes, yep. He would have entered and then exited the 5-foot radius from Ranzin, so Ranzin can attack.
I'm ready for Ranzin to miss, to be honest, but let's go. 6 + 4.
He did miss, but that's okay. He tried his best.
Ranzin, try harder.
The Revenant inside, who has been just staring at the Baron, just with this vengeful look on his eyes, just starts walking through that corridor of possible death.
Gosh.
Coming with the idea of meeting the Baron face to face, his long sword
No.
in hand. I'm gonna need to get 1, 2, 3, 4 opportunity attacks from the skeletons.
Okay. And the advantage because they're flanked.
I didn't allow that for outside. I think that's just going to be just for attack. The flanking is just for attacking.
All right.
Because he's running, so it's just kind of like slashing out.
15 plus 4.
That is a hit.
4 plus 5.
9 damage
4 plus 4.
is a miss.
15 plus 4.
That's a hit.
So 2 plus 5 damage.
7 damage. Yep.
A 7 plus 4.
Is a miss.
And is that all? I think that's
One more
Oh. 7 plus 4.
is a miss. Bill, we get an opportunity attack from you as well.
Okay.
Do it, Bill. Get him.
A 12 is a miss.
12.
Damn.
The Revenant, by the time it gets to you, Shannon, is looking just as tired and battle worn as the one that stood at you with looking at you before. Its long sword in the hand, it raises it above him and brings that down, rolling a 19.
Oh, shield.
How often can you
Running
use
out of
shield?
shields, by the way.
Okay. What's the rules on shield? Is that like a...
I get 20 charges, and shield takes up 2.
Oh, okay. And you can use
And
that
I
just
have
once per
mage
reaction.
armor, which takes away 1. I do that every morning and around about lunchtime or something.
Yeah, we all do. That can only be done as a reaction once per turn, right?
I guess you're right.
Because he's going to have one last attack.
But do you have the extra AC for a period of time, or
No, it just stops that attack.
an instant? Okay.
It clashes, it clangs down into that shield, and it breaks and shatters as his sword bounces off it. And it's heavy. The tip of it is dragging on the ground as he like scrapes it across the stone and up the front of you for a roll of total of 22.
Oh, shield couldn't even fix that.
Doing 23 damage.
Oh, I did.
The Baron, sliced up the middle by this Revenant, drops to a dying state and starts bleeding out onto the stone floor. And the Revenant
I scream.
looks over towards Bill with that same vengeful look in his eyes. It is Bill's turn. You've just seen the Baron drop to the ground.
Is this skeleton here within 5 feet of the guy?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to pincer him over here.
You just come running through on the other side of the Revenant and position yourself behind him. He tracks you the entire way, and you see the Baron on the ground next to you.
I say to myself, this feels like a bad idea. Two revenants after me. And then I just stab him
With the staff again?
with the blood
Oh,
spear.
the blood
Yep.
spear.
A 21
That's
to hit
perfect. Yeah, that's a hit.
for 12 damage.
And that same thing occurs. You just see its essence like being sapped, and the skin like starts shrink wrapping the skull, and it too just grabs onto that spear, and he looks deep into your eyes, and he says, "I pity anyone
Yeah, I've heard of it before.
who has a revenant out for your death. But you," and he just reaches out a bony hand and taps it against your chest, Bill. "Now have 2." And he drops to the ground off your blood sphere. I was going to put Bill times 2 on my little note.
At first, I thought he was going to say, "I pity the fool." Leave it at that.
Can we have that? That sounds better.
Pity the fool.
Yeah, just Mr. T, Revenant.
So, you get some health back from these, or only from things that bleed?
It's unclear
Okay.
on the thing. It just says things that die, like when you kill something.
Okay, so you get health back. So there's 2 of them that you've had health back from, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
My D&D Beyond is not letting me update my health, but I'm just keeping track of it on a pad here.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So I was minus 17 and then plus 12.
Well, you plus 7. He only had 7 hit points left.
Oh, it's a dice roll.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet. Anything else from Bill?
Not this turn, no.
Okay. It is Ismark's turn, who sees this revenant run off and decides to take chase, but he's only going to move his standard 30, I think. Cool. He's not going to dash because he doesn't want to be up close and personal without an action. It is Morley's turn. What do we think Morley's going to do here with his sunblade in his hand?
Take a crossbow shot, do we think?
Oh yeah, that makes sense, right?
Either that, or we could hurl a firebolt, which is a bit better than the crossbow, I think.
He's done pretty well with his firebolt tonight.
What do we think?
Yep. Okay. Yep.
Or if that guy looks like he's going to go into the mausoleum, he could mage hand and hold it shut.
Shoot him.
I reckon. give him a blast.
How damaged is the guy?
He's not as damaged as the one that you were up against, but he did run off with a bit of a limp.
Rolled 8 plus 5 for 13.
8 plus 5, 13 is a hit.
Meets beats.
Meets beats, baby.
For 18 damage.
18.
Fuck, 18.
Yeah, he
What
rolled
the
an 8
hell?
and a 10 for his damage.
Fucking pretty good, Morley.
Why can't Adam's going to be like, why can't I roll like this
Yeah.
when I play?
That just
He does. He
splashes.
does.
Is that his actual cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That splashes up the back of this revenant, knocking him into the wall, into the door, the closed door. And took off like a decent amount. Like, there's a moment of pause when you're sort of uncertain if he's just been knocked unconscious by that smash against the door, but he puts one hand up and balances himself slowly back to his feet. Anything else from Morley? I'm going to say no.
What does he say, guys?
Does he have a quip about like burning? Oh, the heat is on, or something. I don't know.
You better get that
Fisherman's
burning
friend.
sensation checked out.
yeah.
Yeah. Up your arse.
Berrican. We're with
So
Berrican.
this guy's 30 feet away from me, right?
Yes.
So I can reach him.
Oh, wait. No, that doesn't make sense. 10, 20. Oh, yeah, he's 30. He's 30 feet.
All right, so I'm just going to run up to him and take 2 attacks against him.
Vicious. This one is like backed up into a corner, trying to run away into this fucking graveyard.
How dare he take a chunk out of dear Ismark. I won't allow it. The bear snarls and lumbers towards him,
Jesus.
lashing out with a bite
Terrifying.
and claws.
Bite and claws.
Rolling a 14 for the bite and
That's
only
a
an
hit.
8 for the claws. So the bite does 12 piercing damage.
Okay, that bite just sinks down into this like rotten flesh, and you can taste it. You've like waded through this this foggy graveyard against this this undead knight that's almost just propped up against this door, and you just sink your teeth down into his back, like his shoulder area. You can just taste that dead, rotten flavor in your mouth. Anything else, American?
Oh, I should see if Runzin can recharge. So he can miss again.
This is my favorite part. 6.
I love it. He rolled a 1.
Is it a 5 or a 6 or just a 6?
5 or 6.
Okay.
And he waves his pity palps around.
I'm gonna check that I'm not wrong there.
No, you know, I looked it up before.
Such a good word.
Baron, it is your turn.
Okay, I guess I'm rolling to see if I die.
Yes, this is the first
no
death
saves or
saving
anything,
roll
is
in
there?
quite some time.
Okay,
That's
here we
just
go.
just a d20, right?
13.
There's a save. That's your first save.
Thank goodness. All right, I'll put that in my.
I had to it's been so long that I had to quickly go, shit, is it over or under 10? That's a save. No, that is a save.
Thank goodness. All right.
Um,
I wave my pity palps in the air.
it is Irina's turn, who just moves over to stand by Irina, and just shouts out, "Fuck him up, Berrican!" And it is the Revenant's turn, who does regain some of its health, and pushes like as hard as it can up against that door, and swings that door open and stumbles into it as an opportunity attack from you, American or Berrican.
True. Gonna go with the claws again. I rolled an 18 plus 5 for 23 and 10 slashing damage.
Yeah, that's huge. This it slashes into his back, and he sort of drops down to his knees in the middle of this mausoleum. Bill.
I'm going to kneel down and cast Cure Wounds on the Deer Baron.
Right. Does it bring me back to life?
Sure does.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna like sit up bolt upright.
You're
Start
still,
coughing.
I think you've still got like a decent slash across your front. Like, it depends.
Oh my God.
How much did you heal him for there, Bill?
I held him for 13.
Oh, that's all right. That's pretty good. It's actually really good. One might say your wound has been cured.
Oh, how much? 13.
13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
You sort of sit bolt upright and go to like touch where that blade went across you, only to find it sort of mending itself together down your front, leaving a pretty sweet looking scar.
Oh, because I've only got my vest on, don't I?
Yeah. Anything else from Bill?
I'm just going to move towards where the other Revenant is and just hope you're all right, Baron. Come on, let's go.
Thank you, Bill. Once again.
I probably can get to like there.
Okay, cool. Ismark sheathes his long sword at his side and just watches what seems to be unfolding at the mausoleum. Morley makes his way down the stairs and stands alongside Irina in awe of Berrican's size. And it is Berrican's turn.
What? Already?
Yeah.
Oh, right, because I just got an opportunity attack.
Yeah. I'll just... the door is open so you can see inside the mausoleum.
Do I see anything cool?
Oh, now you want to know if there's cool things. Okay.
Yes, because I can see inside.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily aggressive.
No, Joe has told me so many times that I focus too much on like the details instead of like the fact that there's like a bad guy somewhere. Would our characters care about this right now?
I don't care about it. I bite him and slash
The
him with my
interior
claws. I'll
of
look
the
at it later.
The interior of the mausoleum is dark and dusty.
No.
You see 4 alcoves with raised floors, and etched into the far wall looks to be something written in Draconic. There is a revenant on his knees in the middle of the mausoleum.
Wait,
Another
is it
one.
the same revenant
The
we
one
just
that's
saw?
yeah, the one that's been pushed in.
Oh, right. When I see something cool, I'm like, is there something that would grab my attention as an immediate danger or something?
Yeah, draconic.
Right. Something's you don't know what that says. It could be very dangerous. It's not. It's
I
just
bite
writing.
and slash him.
Okay, please give us a roll to hit. With advantage since he's
I shake
in a
my
kneel.
spittle. I shake my spittle-covered jaws and howl with a guttural grunt as I roll an 8 for biting and a 23 with my claws.
Yeah, great. You just sort of squeeze your way through the mausoleum doors,
So chuffy.
just really kind of pushing through, and you sort of pop through and just land down on him with your teeth and claws, just eviscerating this thing. This doesn't have a chance to utter a word, but you are haunted by the look in its eyes drilling into your soul.
Jeez.
It is dead. And you're
The bear looks slightly haunted.
Yeah, and you're just now squeezed into this mausoleum. The mausoleum feels quite small now that you're inside it in bear form. But the fight's over.
At least that revenant will be looking for a beer.
Aha!
He's just out tormenting random bears in the woods from now on.
Is it you?
You motherfucker, it's you, isn't it?
It's the perfect
No.
the perfect disguise.
Probably getting murdered by bears as well, constantly. Picking fights with bears.
What a life.
You're a black bear. I fought a brown bear.
Some bears.
We did it.
Yeah.
We
Both
did do it.
Ismark and Irina are just looking into the mausoleum, shocked. It's just with this at the sight of American just finishing off this revenant. Not finishing him off, but like just
What?
just more.
No one thought that.
Style.
No one thought that.
No one thought that at all.
And Ismark's like just smiling and nodding.
No.
Like as if on a Zoom call. Well,
American's like, I thought the video and audio were off. What's that guy's name again?
Tubin?
I've already
Tubin.
forgotten.
Tubin.
Everyone look up Jeffrey Tubin for the
no
lols.
time. Poor guy.
Not right now, later. I'll link it in the Discord.
So you guys did all right there. There wasn't too much damage. We only we didn't lose any skeletons. Is that right?
No, we didn't.
Although they did take a bit of damage.
Yes.
You
Some got down to 5. 2 of them got down to 5 hit points.
Ooh,
nice management of the skeletons. That's good.
they did some good stuff.
I think Bill got a little
They did.
injured there. Morley got a bit injured in all of that. Ismark took some damage. American, did you get damage at all? You just kind of stood back.
No, I didn't get any damage.
Missed you with a couple of his swipes, and that was about it. So all in all, for what has
And
been
I, as usual,
probably...
almost died.
yeah.
I must have died the most of any, even more than Loris.
I do like that. Like you're the wizard, and you just get in there. Like you have no right being in there, and you're just like, let's get in
Like
there.
an idiot.
That's great. It's good. What are we doing? What are we doing, guys? American, are you maintaining bear form?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm kind of steaming and slathering in the mausoleum and kind of looking around.
Do you read or understand Draconic at all?
I don't think so.
Does anyone in the party read or understand Draconic?
I can comprehend them if you give me 10 minutes. I can read it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
And also, I got comprehend languages. Also, I want to do take 10 minutes to do identify on these revenants. I want to see if there's some sort of magic that makes when. Apparently, they're going to come back. I want to find out when.
Sure. What exactly does identify do?
Okay, so I can read it. You choose one object that you must touch to casting the spell. If it's a magical item or other magic imbued object, you learn its properties and how to use it, whether it requires attunement, how many charges it is. If you learn whether any spells are affecting the item. I guess it's not an item, is it?
No.
Created by a spell. Oh no! If you instead touch a creature through the casting,
here we go.
you learn what spells, if any, are currently affecting it.
Oh, like if spells are affecting it. Gotcha. So I guess that means if they're being controlled by something. So,
or like
if
there's a spell that can bring them back to life.
Why don't you just give me a? I was thinking of Call of Cthulhu for a minute there. I was going to go a library roll, but no, that's not
hidden.
Give me a spot hidden for a moment. No, let's go with an Arcana check. Give me an Arcana check because you're all about the undead. So
19 plus 8.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, what you know about revenants is that when a revenant's body is destroyed, its soul lingers. You've read about this before, and it takes about 24 hours for the soul to go off and inhabit a corpse.
So they're inhabiting corpses. Maybe that's why those things have come out of the graves outside. They've just popped back into those things.
Yeah. So this goes along with all of the stories you've heard of Argynvost's knights as well. That there was Ismark told you about this, what they thought was just the story of the hatred for Strahd being so strong thanks to Strahd killing Argynvost, that Argynvost's most loyal knight came back as a revenant, and that he then too would bring back and basically spread that anger to others who would return as revenants, and that they've been fighting Strahd's minions for hundreds of years. And you think that what you've just taken out is some of those soldiers, and it's very likely that in 24 hours they'll be back somewhere, and they could be angry.
Well, as I'm passing Bill, I'm going to pat him on the shoulders and say thanks for saving my life, Bill. By the way, in about 24 hours, he's probably going to be hunted to death.
I'm just like, Bill can put on disguises, right? He's a performer. He'll be fine.
And then let's do comprehend languages on this Draconic, which takes 10 minutes.
Yeah, okay.
While he's doing that, can I sniff around and get an advantage perception roll on smell?
What are you looking for? Anything specific?
Just any traces of things that I can smell that seems significant.
Yeah, okay. Give me a roll with advantage for investigation. Is that what you're after? Does that work?
No, it's a perception.
I'll give us a perception.
Oh, perception roll. So that's
sure.
+1 for the beer, but with advantage. Oh, I've rolled 17 both times. +1 for 18.
You are sort of going into all of these little alcoves, and you're picking up like the smell of decay, of maybe like old bones, these ancient bones, and you keep finding yourself returning to the middle of this mausoleum. And you can smell, and your senses are so strong that you can smell that maybe 10 feet below you just an enormous pile of bones. So it looks like this is the mausoleum for someone. And with all of the hints you've been getting, you think that this is probably where Argynvost's bones may lie.
Okay.
At that same time, you're not quite sure what Mirakin is searching for, what she's looking for. And as you finish your ritual, the words take form and you can now read them better. And what you get are the words, and this just correlates with what Mirakin was experiencing herself. It says, here lie the bones and treasures of Argynvost, Lord of Argynvostolt and founder of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
Treasures, you say? I loot the body.
It should all be silver, right? We could silver our weapons with this.
But the strange thing is there doesn't look to be any kind of treasures in here. Everything looks to be pilfered out of here, except for what Mirakin smell is the bones deep beneath the floor.
Is there like any way to get beneath the floor? Like there must be, right? If there's stuff underneath
there's no real there's no latches or anything. It looks like it had been sealed over.
Oh, okay. So they built it over him. I'm guessing.
Well, let's smash it.
I'll just leave while you give it a quick fireball and.
Yeah. Are you able to smash through the bottom, Berikin?
It looks like solid stone.
I know, you look like a bear.
No.
You can give me a strength roll if you want to try.
Do we want to smash into a grave?
Yeah.
That's
what Argynvost would want. He's asked us to wake up his knights.
Well, he said help them, not rob his grave.
But we need to awaken them with his skull or something.
Yeah, but
We need
the
to find
skull's
his
at
skull.
Ravenmold.
Well, is it? This is where his bones are. Maybe that's a myth. Maybe the bones are under here.
If you want to give it a roll, you're welcome to.
Are we the bad guys if I desecrate a grave?
No, we're already killing his mates.
I'm going to do it, but I don't trust my chances so
Well, it is,
much.
like you said, solid steel, so you're welcome to just give it a
Solid stone.
solid stone.
I've only
sorry.
rolled an 8 plus 4.
If you want to persist, you can give me one more roll. And this just means it'll take longer, no matter what the result is. It's like you spend 10 minutes just smashing down on this thing.
Can I get the skeletons in to help?
You're welcome to bring them in, and she can roll with advantage for a second roll.
To hit, like drop rocks on it, tonk, tonk, or maybe drop...
Or try and pry the stonework up.
Yeah, or I think just drop headstones on it. Ponk.
Oh my god, this is such carnage.
Just go and grab the headstones out of the
if you want to do something, just give me a roll with advantage, and we can sort of play that out.
All right. What'd you get?
Oh, did I only roll it once?
You're not just using your strength. Have you got any bonuses to strength?
Well, I don't have. It's a plus 4,
Oh, right,
but I
okay.
don't have a character sheet for my beard
Plus
that
4.
I can click on.
What I will say is that it takes maybe half an hour of just everyone in there with their weapons and your clawing and dislodging some of the grout around the stones and trying to pry them up and dig them away, and eventually you bust through into what looks like a covering of dirt. So it looks like there's been
We struck dirt, American.
yeah.
Mold earth. You're a bear, I suppose.
American, you continue scratching away at the dirt and you bust through and start finding bones. And it's these enormous draconic bones. They're huge. You'd have to uncover a much larger area to uncover all of this. And there's just these enormous amount of these bones, and your bear senses are really kicking into overdrive. This is what you were smelling. But there's no sign of any skull here. It's just spine, ribs, and you think if you dug further, you might find feet, legs, but there doesn't seem to be any sign of a skull here.
Is this
The inside of the mausoleum
a big
is just,
dragon? The bones of a big dragon.
That's correct. And the
How
mausoleum
big is
now,
the dragon?
it's dragon sized. I can get you some
I
dragon.
don't know how big a dragon is.
Dra-
We've
dragons
never
are
seen a big dragon.
pretty massive. Let's get a.
Is it like an ancient dragon?
I assume they come in different sizes. I don't know much about dragons and
So,
and Dungeons and Dragons.
a silver dragon at full size is about 148 feet long.
Oh man, that's huge.
And they
It's a
stand,
tiny mausoleum.
and that's not including their tail.
That's
148
45
feet.
meters long.
Yeah. And so it's just this
Damn,
pile
that's
of just
huge.
an enormous pile of bones that just seems to. There's not even much dirt in between the bones at this point. It's just bones all the way down. And the inside of this mausoleum is now stacked up with broken stones and dirt that's kicked aside. And anyone who's looking into there now is just seeing a hole filled with these decaying white, yellowish bones.
Wow.
Are they
We need this
silver?
guy on our side for sure.
No, the bones aren't silver.
Boo.
Is it wearing any giant silver rings, perchance?
No, if it still had skin, the skin might look silver.
Yeah, we need to get this guy on our side. We need to go get his head back for him.
From the opposite side of the you're hearing something now. American, with your bear senses, you can hear that it's possibly coming from the other side of the mansion. You just hear the galloping of a horse, and you can hear the calling out. This man's voice calling out, "Esmeralda, get back here, Esmeralda!" And you just hear these horses, and you can hear a female voice going, "Yeah, yeah," and the sound of a horse now galloping further away, and you can hear the doors to the mansion creaking open or sliding open, and just the shouting of this man calling out for Esmeralda. "We'll get you for what you've done!"
Oh, drama.
Oh,
And that's where we'll end for tonight.
Ooh. Ooh.
that solves that mystery.
Of where is Esmeralda?
Yeah.
She said it's time to run away.
She said it was time to run away. Exactly.
Get you for what you've done.
I wonder if that was Savid or someone else.
Oh,
Do you think she blew up a wagon?
yeah. Sounds like she's stolen someone else's wagon, maybe.
Well, Savid did mention that she had stolen from them at some point. Stolen a horse, in fact.
Yeah.
Look, we're not here to judge.
She didn't need horses previously.
Oh, yeah, because she had the wagon, right?
Yeah.
That's a good point. Why wasn't she using a wagon when she stole the horse? That's something to ask her.
Questions keep
That
multiplying.
I don't have the answer for right now.
Okay. I wanted to check out this tower, not fucking like right when Esmeralda runs past. Like, fuck you, I'm gonna check out the tower. Okay, just to get in here.
yeah, that's so true.
Want to visit that old man? Damn it!
This mausoleum, is that the tower, or are you talking? Is the
No.
tower like this rear bit?
So the mausoleum is relatively small. The tower is coming up from this part of the mansion that you guys were fighting in.
Okay.
Yeah. Right above you was like an elevated balcony looking down over the altar at the eastern side of that room, and a spiral staircase you can only assume climbs higher up into that tower. Yeah. Waffle says good game. Carlzone says fantastic session. Yeah, I liked it. That was a really good session. What do you guys think?
Yeah, it was fun. We had some good creative battle stuff happen.
Super creative. This was me
Yeah,
like
like battle.
trying to ramp up an encounter as well. I really wanted to make this feel tough, and still I only just get like one person only just knocked down right at the end. I'm literally
That's the thing, though.
trying.
Once one person goes down, it's
That's
like
true. That is true.
it's a death spiral. So
Yeah.
says someone.
Yeah, like if Bill hadn't killed that guy by taking a risk and attacking him on the next turn, and that guy had gotten an attack on Baron, he could have killed him.
He was
yeah.
he was 100% going to be steering Bill down and bringing the longsword down into the Baron. That was his next
What?
move.
Yeah,
Why would he
that
do
could've-
that? What an idiot!
Why?
No, he wanted to kill someone. Like if he
Yeah.
was bloodthirsty, you know.
I'm
Like,
already dying.
Yeah, so if you'd rolled a fail on your death saving throw, he'd get one attack with a
Crit. It's a crit.
automatic
If
crit,
it hits, yeah.
and he'd kill you outright with that move, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was going to be his next move. So, Bill, very good roll and very good damage because you managed to roll higher than how much he had left, which is great. Overcord says, great session. Thanks for these streams. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, I really liked it. It was really fun. I'm also glad that someone could figure out Draconic and it wasn't just going to be ignored. Although American kind of figured it out from using her best senses anyway, so it's all good.
We defiled the grave, but
Yeah,
You did.
we've been asked to, really.
we were
I don't think
investigating.
I don't think it's a problem.
If we go
I just
get the
don't want to
skull,
feel like the bad guy. I'm scared of feeling like a guilt trip coming on.
no way. Like if we go get the skull, we can put it in here. Got a complete set.
That is true.
Yeah,
That is
just drop
true.
it in the hole we made.
Yeah.
Sorted. Cover it back up with a bit of mold earth. No one has to know.
Yes.
Yeah, we were gonna have to break that anyway to put the skull back in. So we're just saving ourselves a job later.
Exactly.
I've got
Yeah.
mend.
Yeah. Mend the floor, you'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I only have 2 revenants hunting me. That seems fine.
Makes
Don't
a
worry, we'll
change.
sort you out, Bill.
Yeah.
Maybe get a haircut though, just to be safe.
Yeah.
Will you always have a revenant after you then? Even if you kill it and then it goes, nah, next time, mate.
Now we're gonna save their souls so they're pure and nice and help us. That's what I reckon.
I can tell you that it's not forever,
Isn't it?
but it's
just until I die.
but it's a very long time.
Oh, like 100 years or something.
Nah, he'll be fine.
Well, I tell you what, the Baron would know. The Baron, with your role, knows quite a lot about revenants. They will hunt their target for a year.
Oh, just a year. Don't worry. That's 365 times. How fast can they move?
Well, I'm not going to give you any information. Oh, you'd know how fast they move. They move about the normal speed, normal human speed.
Space. And can they choose where to enter into, or is it just random?
You don't know that. That's like an unanswered query. No one really knows. No one's been able to ask one whether it's chosen its new body.
No one's taken the time to talk to them.
I like this. This is going to be eventually like I'm just getting Kato attacked by revenants, and I just like fend them off because I'm like level 20 or whatever. I'm like, fuck's sake, guys, come on.
The best thing.
Sniped.
The best thing is
camping.
it says where is it?
So once a day for a year.
But it just depends. Like if they randomly show up in a body like at the other side of Barovia.
Oh, I'm trying to
They
find.
said they can't choose.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming that they always originate here.
but like maybe they'll show up in Valaki and go, "Whoa, fucking Bill," and then and they'll ride a horse or something. It's like the ring wraiths, I suppose.
Yeah.
Pretty much, right? And they can definitely ride horses if they wanted to.
Spectral horses only, though, right?
All that big fucking dragon that one of them, the Nazgul.
Yeah. Yeah. I just like that, like, no matter what now, even if, like, you manage to kill Strahd in the next, like, in-game week or 2 weeks or something, Bill's back in Phandalin, like, every other day, a fucking revenant showing up. God damn it. For the next year.
He's just sitting there, like, watching the sunset, like, yep, about that time.
Yeah.
Pulls his blood spear out.
You're gonna need some revenant traps and stuff.
Can you sleep? What happens if it attacks while you sleep?
I'm assuming it's the same time every day.
It might not be.
Yeah, but if it's being teleported into random bodies, there might be whole weeks it spends trekking around
That is
looking
true
for him.
as
So he's
well.
good.
That
He's
is true.
fine.
I will.
Is
I
it
will
like
need
into
to
the
be,
body of a child?
if that's who it only
horrible.
embodies a dead body. So if it happens to, I think there's like tables and stuff I need to like roll on.
It could be like a tiny, weak old person or
No,
like
we'll
a...
No,
sort
no,
out
no,
Bill, because
no.
what we'll do is we'll wait for one to come at him. We'll put it in a
Unfortunately not.
cage without killing him, and then it can't do anything.
Yes,
That's pretty good. Mold
Trapped.
earth. Just trap him in earth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just brick him up.
Put him in with the bones of this dragon.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Sorted.
If you bring the skull back, maybe everything will be fine.
Hope so.
Maybe you
Yeah,
can.
But we have to go to Strahd's
No
house to
problem.
get it.
That's right. That's right. But no, it might not be the same time every day. It'll be however long it takes to get from where it was to where you are.
But I mean, it resurrects at the same time every day, right?
It resurrects
When you kill it, 24
after
hours after you
24
kill it.
hours. Yeah, 24 hours after you kill it.
Oh, yeah. So depending on what time of the day we kill it next time.
And that's yeah. So it's kind of, what time is it now? You guys, it's probably like 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock in the afternoon right now.
What if somebody else kills it?
Then I guess it'll Well, I think it can take
Does
on
it have
multiple.
like a backlog of people it has to kill?
It's like that thing from It Follows. It like passes on, I think, and then once it's killed that thing, it follows back down its line. It's like it makes a list.
Okay.
It makes a list that it has to tick off. You'll see it like getting out a little piece of notepaper and making like.
And does it prioritize the person that's killed it most recently or the oldest standing foe?
I can't give you that information.
do they go to the top of the list? Or
I mean,
the
I
bottom?
have that information, but I'm not giving you that
wow.
information.
Is it like first in, first out? Or?
Like Waffles is saying, no, you want the other bill, which is
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
That's
just,
a good
I'm just
point.
wondering if we get somebody else to strike the killing blow on one of them, and then at least I just have one.
But you're like the trap now.
at least they'll have a
we
focus.
we should have got the skeletons to kill them.
Yes.
To be honest,
I tried.
yeah, you did.
But-
You did really, yeah, you did.
You could just say, no, I'm Gil.
That's how you can bring Gil back.
This is how I bring Gil back.
He's like essentially in its own witness protection program that he made up himself.
No, I am Gil.
Deny.
And they're like, oh, have you seen him around?
Do you want my versus half brother?
Yeah. Awesome. I don't think there's anything we need to really debrief about. I think everyone had a good time tonight, yeah? I think Adam will enjoy knowing that Morley had a great session and was definitely the star of the show.
He
And
did a lot of
rolled
damage.
extremely well.
I tell you, you guys all rolled really, really, really well tonight, to be
Did
honest.
do quite
I
well.
don't know if he's going to be happy or unhappy about.
I can imagine him
Morley's
being
performance.
oh, what?
Yeah.
You didn't miss a single shot.
No, yeah, well, he did, but then it was turned from a crit fail to a crit success.
Yeah.
I
Again,
vote we just
beautiful.
don't tell him about that.
Yeah, no, just say you did terribly, and I
Yeah.
think we should have run away, but we just somehow...
Oh, we managed
One.
to just get through. And you can tell him, we should have run away because the Baron got killed and.
Oh, maybe we should just say we did run away, and
They
we
just they just went home. But they hate.
we had a
Bill
big
now, for some
conversation when
reason.
we were away how we should never get in any more fights. It's dangerous.
Yeah, but for some reason they hate Bill now, and they're going to keep trying to hunt him
Yeah,
down.
that's right. That's,
Well, yeah, we were about to run away, but then they ran away. So
And they were crying. Weird.
well,
Okay.
no, I think it was good. I think we also did some good teamwork and tactics, which I liked. At the end, we
Yeah.
split up into two teams, but at the start, we're definitely trying to get that blue guy.
Yeah. The tactics were awesome. The rolls were super good. Like the amount of successful hits from your skeletons, from Ismark,
Yeah.
from Irina, from
Yeah.
Morley, like everybody was hitting. It was fantastic. And then
my
Beric
corridor
was
of
there.
death didn't work.
It was so close to working. It was so close. You had like 4 of the 6 hit or something. If the other
My
2 had
corridor of
hit,
death only one hit. You know, when they were supposed to be walking, Ernie is walking towards me.
no, I thought like 3 of them hit.
Uh,
There was
No,
only
that was
there's
with
only
Ned.
4.
That was
Oh.
their turn.
right.
Yeah, which is a bummer.
Yeah. But it led to a good moment, so it's all good.
Yes. Yeah, me dying.
just,
Fantastic.
Not a battle if
it
Brian
was a
doesn't
powerful
fall
moment.
over.
It was, yeah, that's good. Yeah, I just need to keep finding ways to ramp things up. I just got to scale things up.
You
a bit.
don't.
You've got a set of revenants that can appear at any time.
That is true. That is true.
Billy 2.0.
I'd like it if we went to
if
we went to Strahd, and he goes, "What, you killed a revenant? I couldn't do that." We don't have to ramp it up. It would just be really impressive.
He's like, "Fuck, I give up. I give up."
Maybe Strahd's already on their list.
If we,
and they're just going to go after him.
No, they don't want to kill him, remember? They
don't
want him to stay alive and suffer forever. That's their whole thing. They're like,
what about
we
if he
say they're
kills
going to kill him.
By go after, I mean they want to put him in a cage and just poke him with hot sticks.
You should have suggested it to that guy.
Speaking of which, I got a really good tweet on the Getting Dicey Twitter. Where is it? It was so funny. Someone said, Lyndon Hood said, "I was getting caught up with Getting Dicey, and apparently there are some Revenant Knights in Curse of Strahd who are adamant that being eternally mopey is the worst imaginable." And I'm like, imagine coming back from the dead just to be that white. and I responded.
You mean white as in WIGHT?
Someone replied with that, which I thought originally just said white, but then someone else replaced it with that one. To which I just said, it's just too perfect. Them just being mopey. The plan. It's just too perfect. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thank you guys for playing and making it an awesome session. Thanks to everybody in the chat who's watched. Don't forget to subscribe to us here or join in our Patreon and get early access if you can't watch us live. Then if you've got Twitch Prime, you've always got the opportunity to subscribe to us for no cost, but we still get those benefits, which is great. Come and talk to us in our Discord. Just exclamation point Discord will bring up the link for that. Watch our previous things on YouTube or listen to us through anywhere that you get podcasts, and utilize that 25% off if you want a shirt or something, because they're super cool. I think do I have one on at the moment? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Damn.
Where do you find the link for that?
I think I can. Do I have exclamation mark merch? Yes, I do. It's right there in the chat right now. So feel free to come along and just support us in whatever way you want to do. Any way at all. They're all there. So thank you, everybody, for watching. And we'll see you guys at the same time next time. There you go. There it is. And Adam's not here to get annoyed as well. So that's great.
Wow. Oh, fuck.
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.